Henrietta returns to town and gives the posse some ideas to deal with their elemental problem. She also divulges the location of Pheronomium, the old capital of the Southern Ferran Empire. Then she informs them that one afternoon, while in Northridge, she spotted a person on a cart entering the ruins. During the downtime, Pearl learned a spell that allows her to comprehend languages, and so they head to the mine to see what they can learn from the water elemental. Unfortunately, one-way communication is awkward and difficult, though through perseverance they manage to get a basic conversation. Emboldened by the headway they are making, Kira decides to enter the water and explore the subterranean cave. The cave system is very large, and so to explore it safely, they will need some sort of vessel. They inform the mayor and the townsfolk of their progress, and Tristel notices one of her admirers acting strange, so she and Pearl follow him. They learn he has been inadvertently acting as a spy for the Draconians, who now know about the elemental. They decide to place some extra guards during the night and have a word with their scaly neighbours the following day. During the night, the Draconians are spotted skulking through town, and when confronted by Kira, they express interest in the town's drawbridge, leaving when their queries have been answered. The next morning, the town is woken by a quake, and one of the buildings collapses. The party jump into action and try to dig through the ruins, but sadly all the occupants are dead. Before the posse can decide what to do next, an earth elemental bursts from the collapsed house and causes further chaos. How will the posse deal with the earth elemental? Can the Draconians be trusted? What's happening in Northridge? Let's find out now on Embers of the Wilds.
Hello everybody and welcome to Embers of the Wilds. We have a great session for you today. I had so many fun ideas last night that none of you are going to love, but I will. So we'll see. We'll see what we get into.
Not afraid. Not at all.
Yeah. No campaign can go any direction, but now there's just a whole new one that's fun. What have we all been up to?
And I feel like you're a little too excited about these ideas. I'm nervous.
Don't worry about it.
I've been napping. I am on vacation now for the holiday, so
Excellent.
lots of MMO gaming.
Oh, yeah, there's that one American holiday coming up, right?
Oh,
That
yeah.
one.
The one.
I saw you've been playing Final Fantasy 14.
Yes. Guilty.
Hell
We
yeah.
played like all day yesterday.
Heck yeah. I recently picked up Valheim. It's a game. It's pretty right. Pretty fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Can
What
build
have I
cool
been
houses.
I don't know what I've been doing. Trying to work and failing for the most part. I don't know. It's not going very well. But we did watch Arcane on Netflix, and it was
Ooh.
very nice.
I've heard it's good.
And I know nothing about League of Legends, but it's incredibly watchable, even though you know nothing about League of Legends.
That's what I've heard.
But it was like, I don't want to spoil things, but basically, like, every single shot of Arcane is like an art piece. I don't know how they did it, but like, it's just incredibly pretty. The composition, the lighting, the art style, just everything. And the acting was surprisingly good as well. Like, I don't think I've ever seen and heard a character cry, and it was so convincing that it was actually like viscerally uncomfortable. It was really, really cool to see. So I don't know, it was super cool. And it works, even though you have no idea what League of Legends is, which I don't. So.
Yeah.
So I would
It's kind of like
recommend
the Witcher show. I'm like, I don't need to know anything about this. Love it.
Oh yeah, we watched Witcher, and I've been playing Witcher 3 quite a long time ago. And it mostly confused me. I think it might have been better if I hadn't played the game.
Oh, their timeline, the way that first season's kind of funky, but second season should be better. But anywho, lots of shows to watch and catch up on.
Well, for this one, I do believe we left off in the middle of some sort of skirmish with an earth elemental. It had appeared, sort of destroyed a few things as it ran around. Y'all had chased it up a mountainside. It grabbed one of you, you escaped, it grabbed another one of you, you slapped it in the face with your sword, the flat of the blade, and it sort of startled and dropped you. And I think that's where we left off, right?
Yeah, I think so.
After it had been slapped around.
I wasn't quite sure what the status of the earth elemental was at this point. If it was like still aggressive or just hanging out, or if it was moving in some direction, or I don't know.
Let's see. Kyra slapped it. Then what did it do on its turn?
It dropped Kyra, as far as I remember.
Yeah, she whopped it like, bop, stab.
Oh yeah, you did a non-lethal slap. Yeah.
A bop.
And then it made a wisdom saving throw? Why did it make a wisdom check?
Did I cast something on it?
Oh, that would explain. Well, the turn order says it's Kyra's turn right now, which makes sense because last roll was from Freya. So, regardless of what it was doing, it is your turn presently, Kyra.
I think I tried to put it to sleep. And it had way more HP than I could ever imagine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then yes, I did send an illusion.
Yeah.
Pearl up the wall, and it's like, oh.
Right, there we go. That's what that was.
Right. So if it's currently distracted by the illusion, I'm just gonna sit back here and try to be not very visible or very interesting, I think.
Just be as boring as possible. Is there a role for that? Like an attempt to be as
Hide or
bland?
something?
Like you've got to really badly fail a charisma check.
Yeah. Or, I don't know. Or roll really high because, like, isn't charisma sort of like you're good at acting, kind of, maybe?
It is the stat from which acting would derive. So, very low or very high.
Right, you'd have to pick one, sort of.
Yeah. So it is the Earth Elemental's turn. I'm rolling a decision die over here. And the Earth Elemental has been slapped around a little bit. It's moved about. Things are happening. Prey is moving. It decides to go after the pearl that is climbing the mountainside.
But I'm very far away. Or, the illusion,
pearl.
right. Sorry, I mixed myself up with my illusion. It was so convincing.
Yeah. And the Earth Elemental burrows up the cliffside until it reaches near the top. I think it can go 60 feet in this round. So it's basically just up the mountainside until it nears the very top, where it levels off into a forest plateau, leaving us with Tristel for a turn.
Okay. I don't think we want to hurt this. I just think we want it to go away.
Yeah, I think so.
But let's see. Okay, I want to go. Let's see how far I am. Oops. Okay, yes. I'm gonna go over to Kyra, and I would like to touch her and cast Heroism.
Oh, what does that do?
Gives you some temp HP.
That will replace my current temp HP.
You have current temp HP? Darn. Well then, I will touch you and cast a different spell. I'll give you Cat's Grace since we're like doing a sneaky sneak out of this guys every time. Also just because I don't have anything else that can really help with the whole elemental situation, but I'll buff you.
Okay.
So I'll give you a Dex. Cat's Grace is advantage on Dex checks.
Nice.
Oh, nice. And no fall damage from 20 feet as well.
Excellent.
Neat.
That will leave us with Pearl for a turn. Real Pearl, not fake Pearl.
I believe real Pearl is still kind of trying to hide over here. Because I'm wounded. And I'm scared, and so I'm just gonna keep hiding.
Okay. Back to Kyra. You've seen the thing sort of take off away from you. Is it safe? Is it over?
I watch and wait to see if it comes back.
Also, my comprehend languages should still be running. I don't know if it's communicating and if I can, like, hear anything, but I'm pretty far away. But if it's seismically communicating through rocks, then maybe I can hear it.
Yeah, its voice would travel pretty far, kind of like how a whale's voice travels through water pretty far. But at this moment, there is no speech happening. It is not speaking aloud.
Okay.
So Kyra waits. The Earth Elemental will continue to climb to the top, and I have a question for Tristel at this point. What happens when your illusion reaches the top of the mountainside and you can't see it anymore? Do you have to maintain line of sight to the illusion, or can you just tell it to run?
Well, it only lasts for a minute as well, so. It doesn't say anything about line of sight. But it says
within range.
I also don't know if the range is it has to stay within that range.
I think so, because it's just a cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh, is
so
it minor illusion?
The distance, I guess it depends how far away that is.
Right. So the Earth Elemental was able to move up to 60 feet last round, which would definitely put it adjacent to the image. So this round, it will reach out and attempt to grab the image, which is an easy thing for it to do. And of course, grabbing the image, I'm pretty sure, will just break it.
Yes.
Won't it stay,
so.
but whatever creature was convinced by it is no longer convinced by it, right?
Physical interaction with the image reveals
it reveals it to be an illusion.
Right.
So it just knows. It doesn't necessarily go away, but
right.
I'll leave it up.
It reaches through it, realizes it's an illusion, whirls around, and let's see how aggressive this thing is now after all of these things have transpired. Luckily, I have a little handy-dandy table to roll on that determines a monster aggression. It is... Would you say the party is threatening to the creature or indifferent to the creature?
I mean, we've only been attacking it or hurting it whenever it's been trying to squeeze us. Otherwise, I've just been trying to get away from it.
I'll give you guys indifferent. The elemental...
And 1 gold. Sorry.
Yes, well done. The elemental will decide that there are other things to do. These weird creatures around here, they're there, they're not there, they're running away, they smack at it. Let's just go eat something somewhere else. And it zooms off over the top and vanishes from view.
Nice.
Leaving the town nice and safe and quiet.
Heck yeah.
So, coming down the mountainside, our party will run into the other members of the town. Annabelle will hurry on over to Pearl and drop some healing spells on you.
Oh, thank you so much.
She do a Cure Light Wounds for 7, and that should heal you all the way.
Okay.
And then she will look at you, Pearl, and then back to Tristel and to Kyra, and say, "That thing, that was another elemental, wasn't it?"
It was, yeah.
I don't
What
know
is
how,
going?
I don't know how it got there. Was it always there? What is happening?
Those are my questions exactly.
I feel like it must have been related to the earthquake, right? I don't know if it caused it or if it came here after the earthquake, but these things happen very close to each other.
I agree. I think the two must be related. A creature from the elemental plane of Earth coming to this world and producing an earthquake in the process seems somewhat reasonable. As does a creature like that being able to shake the earth. I mean, she points to the collapsed buildings nearby. Do you think we should just seal up all the mines?
Wait. No, we can't. We can't do that, can we?
Why not?
I thought we needed those minerals and whatnot, but maybe not.
Why?
But there's also the water elemental there.
Well, ever since you, she says, pointing to Tristel, found that magic coming out of the everywhere, things have been getting uncomfortably weird. All sorts of monsters have been arriving. Strange people have been coming to town.
Well, we're not certain it has anything to do with the mines, right?
We did deal with a lot
suppose
of
that's right.
strange happenings even before the mines opened.
Okay, all right. Maybe I'm just jumping to conclusions then. I'm just concerned for the future.
Yeah, I think we all are. Yeah, I don't know what we can do to prevent this from happening in the future either. Because we don't know the cause of any of these things. And we also don't know how the water elemental appeared. There was no flood or something that happened at the same time as that came here, as far as I know.
Well, it could have been there for a very long time without us knowing.
Yeah, that's true.
Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge have helped any people that might have been injured in the area. Some falling rocks, caused minor injuries to people. And now folks are trying to get back to these buildings that have been collapsed. But the walkways have also been broken down, and it's going to take some time to be able to repair this section of pathway. So for now, we're just going to consider this section to be defunct and non-operational.
We got Greg to help out, so we got this.
Yeah.
Okay. Just going to remove these markers. Well, with the earth elemental gone, the field is yours. Slowly things return to normal, or as normal as they can be. There is concern amongst the people, but this is the 30th thing to happen in the last year that was concerning, and so it doesn't last very long. It fades as people go back to their duties.
All right, time to visit the Draconians.
Yep.
Yeah. Are we ready for that? Do we know what we're gonna tell them and ask of them?
I just want to give them a report of the water elemental as well as the earth elemental. And check up on them to see if they need anything after the earthquake.
Yeah, I think that would be good. Showing them some charity and yeah, I think that would be nice.
And
Ignoring
Pearl,
the fact that they're skulking around in the
They
middle
were
of
just
night.
walking through town. They're allowed to do that, right?
Sure. Sure.
And Pearl, as we get close, but before we get there, I think it would be good for you to ritual cast comprehend languages.
Yes. I don't know how to do rituals, but yes, I will. I will do the. I will do the thing.
Dang, Pearl, you're just okay, I guess.
Yep. Oh, but Tristel should ritual cast detect magic though.
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
I will do that.
So to the Draconians, and you will ritual cast magic detect magic when you get there, or is that
right
ritual
before we get
casting
there?
now?
Like before we're in
Right
sight.
before we get there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I'm gonna cast comprehend languages right before as well, so that I can, in case I like overhear anything, like I don't know, they tend to whisper to each other, various different language stuff. So.
Okay.
Um,
Well, our party can head up the canyon. You know exactly where the watchtower is, and it's not half an hour before you arrive at it. Maybe it's a little more than half an hour, but you arrive there relatively quickly.
Good.
There is indeed just a nice tall wooden watchtower, and you can see the shaded. The shade at the top has a face in it that's looking down at you. It's one of those copper-colored Capac draconians, and it just sort of looks at you from atop its little tower.
Yeah, I'll call out and say hello.
do I understand that? Or
Did you cast comprehend languages?
yes,
You
I
did.
just rolled for the
Yes.
search. So
Oh, good. I was on the other tab. That hiss means, "What do you want?" In its native tongue.
it's asking us what we want. I don't know. I'm guessing we shouldn't pretend like we know what they're saying. But maybe they can get someone who can talk to us, right?
Yeah, I'll call out
Your
again.
leader. Just calling out. Your leader. The one who can understand us. Thank you.
Draconian points behind the watchtower to the canyon which it guards.
Okay. Yeah. Happily traipse down. In a little arms locked dance.
Okay. Yep. I guess we're heading there.
Okay. I'm going to bring you to a new page. You don't have to necessarily like manually explore it, but it is important to have an understanding of this layout, which is why I'm sharing it with you here. So this is the canyon. You came in from the bottom side, if you can see.
And the tower was just south of here? Or?
Yeah, just south of here, just off the screen, maybe another 100 feet or so. And going up this way, you will
that's
come to the
wow.
first junction, and there are 3 draconians right there. It appears that they were on their way somewhere, or were already hanging back in this little dead end on their way out towards you when you come to this intersection and they come there. The 2 in front immediately level their pole arms at you in a sort of aggressive stance when the one in the back lets out another like hissing whisper, which Pearl will understand to be, hold your arms. Can't you see who these are?
I will.
And then the one in the back.
Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead. What do you do?
I'll call out and say hello. We've come to give the report that we promised your scouts yesterday.
The one in the back, who is bronze in color. So we've seen bronze, brass, and copper, all sort of coppery-ish colored ones. Looks a little surprised to see you, and will say in the common tongue, "What? What is it?"
Do you want to talk here, or do you have something more comfortable place?
It looks up at the bright sun above you. and motions for its minions to sort of fall back, and will walk forward and move into the shade of this like tall canyon wall.
I'm gonna sit on the rock.
Okay.
Specifically. Seems like a nice rock.
Very cat-like perch.
So I guess I get the indication that the Draconian wants to talk here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'll start with my explanation of like, right, so we agreed with some other Draconians that it's in our mutual self-interest to report to each other for any interesting discoveries that we find regarding to this magic in the air.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wanted to uphold our end of the deal.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just like recall to memory of our previous reports of us finding the magic cave that they sniffed around, saying that we explored through it some more, found a large underground cavern with water elemental. Yeah, and tell that story. And then also say that this morning after this earthquake, and I'll be like, are you okay? Do you need anything after that earthquake?
We are fine.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'll say that we seem to have found a earth elemental that wandered off south. I'm not sure what it was doing in our town, if it's always been there, but yeah.
I see. Its a little forked tongue comes out and sort of darts back and forth a few times as it takes in the new information. Is there anything with which your people need help?
Oh, I don't know. You've already helped out a lot defending this part of town, which we're incredibly grateful for.
Yes, yes. Is that water elemental in your way?
No, it's totally fine. Yeah, we're very comfortable dealing with it on our own.
Oh, it's a friend of ours. We had some communication
I
issues
slap
with
Pearl.
it.
I'm just like, hey, shush.
What? My friend, at least.
Good, good. I am glad we can be such close friends.
Indeed.
That we can share and help one another.
What have you found in your journeys and setting up camp and whatnot? Have you made any progress on finding more of the source of the weird magic everywhere?
Give me an insight check. We have found it in only this region here, it says, which you're pretty sure is a truth. That sounds pretty truthful.
Matches what we found as well.
Although we heard that this magic was still present very far north as well.
Wait, did we?
Yeah, the overall magic.
It bobs its head. Yes, yes. It's very far.
Oh, and
Stronger
south.
near where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
It like stares unblinkingly at you, Pearl, considering you.
So I awkwardly look around, clearly not comfortable with this stare now.
All right. Well, I slapped my thigh and take a bow and said, "Well, it was nice chat."
Before we go, I want to kind of just like humbly come forward and offer my last bottle of mulled wine.
Oh, nice.
And just kind of like, for you, made from the finest spices. I hope you all enjoy.
Thank you. This is a wonderful gift, the Draconian says, taking it and examining the bottle, uncorking it, smelling it, and corking it again. I'm only sorry I don't have a gift for you in exchange.
Oh, not at all. As Pearl said, we're very grateful for you all protecting this end of the town, and this is our pleasure to offer to you. And then kind of back away.
Hey. The three of you wouldn't know anything about a dragon in the north, would you?
I shake my head no. Do I need to make a check for this?
They would make an insight check against your passive deception. The creature bobs its head in understanding. And then, without moving from its spot in the shade, without calling for its reinforcements or its guards that are just a little way, it takes its arm and motions back the direction from whence you came. Thank you for talking. We will see you again sometime.
Indeed. And I take my leave.
Watches intently as you back off, and you guys can leave and find a gold on the way and make your way back to Trog Canyon without any problems whatsoever.
Nice. The Draconians are good. See,
Yeah.
they're not evil. They're not horrible creatures.
I
They're looking out
still
for
have my
themselves.
doubts about them. I have my doubts, but I think our wine may sway them yet.
That might be the ticket, yeah.
That's it. Wine.
That was our closest. That was our closest to getting a draconian on our side. Was him daydreaming about wine before he turned to dust.
On my calendar, I apparently have drawn a Stegosaurus and written Long Restosaurus for what is happening this week.
Oh, nice.
Very dumb, but tickles me greatly. I found this today. This happened right
15th,
around-
I think, on my notes, or in my calendar.
That is the big circle that I've drawn. So minus the spells that you've used today, you should be full on all your long rest abilities. That would be Asleep from Tristel, Cat's Grace from Tristel, Comprehend Languages from Pearl. So aside from those, I think that was it. We are ready to do whatever you want to do. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
We were gonna take the iron down to Kalala, right?
Oh yeah, we were gonna set up that trade route and whatnot. Yeah. Yes,
Easy
and
peasy.
potentially pick up our bows, right?
That's right.
Well, it's a short hop, skip, and a jump to Kaela. It'll just take a few days, but you can gather the supplies that you need. You can get a couple of llamas to help haul your stuff and make your way back to Kaela. I think it is going to be a 3-day journey.
I guess on the way we should talk about how we want to approach this, because as far as I remember, we didn't want to just like roll into town with a cart full of iron.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we should ask someone to come out and, like, I don't know, verify our cargo and then make a sale there rather than pulling it into town immediately, right? Yeah. So how do we want to do that? And who do we want to sell it to specifically? Or should we try to contact some authority, or?
I was thinking the smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So, like, one or two of us runs in to contact the smith and ask the smith to come out and inspect our stuff. I guess would be the plan. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to go in. I'm fine going in alone.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
Yeah, so my plan
How
is...
long is...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask how long the trip was again for ration purchasing.
It is 3 days there, 3 days back.
Okay.
So we can purchase some rations and set out. The first... Yes?
So how much is that? Their rations.
Oh,
They're 5 silver per day.
And 1 gold is 10 silver?
10 silver.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice, metric currency.
So,
I did want to play with a system where 1 gold was 12 silver and 1 silver was 20 copper, but
No.
people yelled at me.
Nope.
no. So it would just be like 3 gold for the
Mhm.
for the whole trip for 6 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So when we get there, I think I want to pre-strip all of my weapons and whatnot.
Well, we're not gonna quite get there. Something
Okay.
happens before you arrive.
Oh.
It is
Uh-oh.
not too far out of Trog Canyon. When you're in between this little confluence of rivers right here, coming down like a path like this to a nice crossing point on this river, that you run into one of the other Trog Canyon denizens, who is here with their herd of llamas and alpacas, just grazing them out in the Northridge Plains, trying to get them some grub, like the herders do. And they recognize you, and you recognize them. The herder is an old man and his 3 daughters, apparently, all out here taking care of these animals. You'll recognize the man named Sam, and he'll make a kind of a show of getting your attention and bringing his pack to the fording point in the river and waiting for you to cross to the south side before telling you that he has seen something strange in the ruins of Northridge. We were grazing off in that direction, some good untended grasses out there, when we noticed a new construction in Northridge.
Wait, in Northridge? But that's that town is not alive anymore. It's just ruins, right?
That's why I'm telling you.
What kind of construction?
Well, back in my day, when I was a young lad, I went to Northridge many times, and there was a great tower that rose high above the city. A massive tower, from which you could see all over the place. I had the good fortunes of going up in that tower once upon a time. But then the war came, and it was destroyed, or mostly destroyed, along with everything else. I think you used to be able to see it just as a cracked tower, mostly fallen, but still somewhat standing. Well, not any longer. There's some sort of structure around it, and new stonework has been laid, and it looks more rounded towards the top, and maybe a bit taller. It's hard to tell now that it doesn't have the broken, cracked side to it.
So someone is rebuilding it?
Interesting.
I think so.
Have you seen anyone pass through Northridge or...
Oh no, I stay as far away as possible, but the tower pokes up so high that you can see it from a great distance. And I know these eyes aren't what they used to be, but my girl's here, and he like puts his arms around his daughter's shoulders or granddaughter's shoulders. They confirmed what I could see, and I put wee little Ella up on my shoulders, and she could see even further. Or better. And it does appear that it's changing.
And you don't happen to have met a strange person with a cart passing by? Except for us, I guess.
No, we stay clear of anything that might be other out here.
Hmm.
Well, that's good. Keeping yourself
Thought-
safe. There's a lot of dangerous
three
things
of
out
you-
here.
Yes. I was hoping the three of you, or thought the three of you might want to know, since you are all out doing about.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Fancy
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We'll probably
Right on.
check it out after our current urgent trading trip down to Kalala.
He shrugs. Girls, say goodbye. The three little girls wave goodbye, and they push off the herd in another direction, a little bit closer. They're following the south side of the river this way to fresh, ungrazed lands. And the party can continue their journey.
Oh, I should have new temp HP, right? If we're doing
sure.
that every morning.
Yeah.
What's the roll?
Didn't we stay in a tall tower?
1d8
Bridge?
plus 2.
You did
1D
stay in
what?
that tall tower once upon a time.
Hmm.
And that's when you heard the banshees wail and you all got
Yeah.
reduced to 1 HP.
That's when we woke up with nothing.
Yeah.
Was it 1d6 plus 2?
1d8 plus 2.
Okay.
Oh, y'all are temp HP.
Yeah, because I ran out last time. So.
Go. On your journey to Ka'ela, you come across some small local wildlife, nothing too spooky. You see a pack of coyotes off in this direction one night, but they stay at bay. You've got like a fire. I think we've agreed that you guys keep fires in the plains, so the carnivores don't come close to you at all.
But they did
And
drop a
soon-
gold in the fields that we all
Some rich coyotes.
Yeah.
The richest. And soon you arrive at Ka'ela.
On what day?
You probably didn't leave on the 15th because the 15th was Earth Elemental Day.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been 16, 17, 18 would be your journey. So you would arrive on the 18th, towards evening. When you see the town. Well, the river, and then the island, and the tall walls, and the guards, and the bridge. And you remember the inside of that town is a little
Sketch.
sickly. But the river on the outside near the plains looks pretty nice. Looks restful, peaceful even. So, what do you do as you arrive back at the bridge towards Ka'ela?
Right. So, other two and the llama stay out of sight, little distance away. I will discard all of my weapons and whatnot before heading in. And I will bring with me a lump of iron, small enough to be able to conceal on my body pretty easily and not get stolen, but big enough to be like sort of valuable.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And money to pay the bridge toll.
Excellent.
Kyra,
Up.
if when should we start getting worried in case you don't come back? Because it's a scary place in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you don't come back. When should we?
I should only be like 4 hours or whatever.
Okay. All right. Just be careful in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In you go by yourself, Kyra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why don't we take our first break as Kyra walks towards the bridge, is greeted by the guards thereon, and we'll see how you make your way into town on the other side of our break.
All right. Thank you all for joining. I'll see you in about 5 to 10 minutes ish. Who knows?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Embers of the Wilds.
Hello.
Kyra, you walk across the big stone bridge, up to the walls, where there is a soldier watching who sees you and gives you a wave. Hello there, traveler.
Hello.
It's 5 silver ahead to enter the town, and you'll have to leave your weapons with us.
Indeed, indeed. I was just here a couple weeks ago, so I am well aware, and I will hand over 5 silver.
Excellent. They come down, they take your gear, they take your silver, and they usher you into the tall streets. You've been here once before, and you can get directions back to that same smith if that's where you would like to go.
Yes.
You make your way through the streets, past the sick people, back to that alleyway that ends in the smithy where the 3 bodyguards or shop guards or bouncers, whatever you want to call them, line the walkway, cudgels at their sides. The small smithy at the back is manned by that same woman you met before, who wipes the sweat from her brow as you approach. You can see that she is currently in the process of smelting something. She's got like a bunch of rusted out iron that she's that she's been slowly feeding into a I know this word. You know what I'm talking about, right? The thing that you use to melt metal back down.
Smelting pot.
Forge? No.
Forge?
Close enough. Crucible.
Crucible,
Crucible.
right.
That's the word.
I knew
It's an
that.
important word to get. As she wipes the sweat from the brow, she sees you approaching, and it takes her a moment to recognize you, but not too long, and then she perks right up and heads over to you with a bit of a trot. Why, hello there. Are you back for more arrowheads?
Different sort of deal that I'm interested in. Do we have a private space that we could talk in? Or something not in the middle of the street?
She will walk back into the shop, but also motion for 2 of her 3 bodyguards to follow her, leaving one like out into the alleyway a little bit, and then the 4 of you within the confines of the roof overhead. You can see that there are some like windows in the alleyway that look in from whatever buildings are here. The windows are open, and there are some people around, like kind of lurking. It's a big city. It's hard to get too much privacy, but you don't see anyone intently staring. If they're shouting, it could be overheard, but if you have like a normal conversation, someone would have to be like eavesdropping to hear you.
Okay. So I will pull out this trunk of iron and say, I have a trade proposal. This trunk of iron, in exchange for secrecy about our upcoming discussion and the promise that you will not say a word of this to anyone.
The gravity of the situation quickly passes over her face, and she goes from sort of like excited to see you to concerned, and she will reach out for the chunk of iron.
And so, like, I assume this is like her saying...
It seems to be a
Yeah.
nonverbal agreement to the situation.
Okay. I have quite a bit, and I lean in close here and like be fairly quiet. I would like to trade much more like where this comes from. What is the phrase for that? I don't know. And okay, starting over. Oh geez, I'm bad at this. I have a bunch more where this comes from, and I want to trade it. And I want to help get Kalala back on its feet and help iron and steel to get back into this town. And I thought that you're a very fine person to help orchestrate this. And the reason for the secrecy is that I don't want this to turn into a whole kerfuffle and turn the town on its head.
I understand. You're bringing in a highly precious resource. You don't want it to attract unneeded attention.
Exactly.
I get it. What do you want from me?
Out of character, we were supposed to discuss with the town what we wanted. You don't know what we want.
Money. I don't know if they have the ability to buy it, I guess, but...
Yeah.
Money. I think money.
Golds. Yeah.
I can get you gold. We have gold and silver aplenty here in town. We can also
Fantastic.
craft this into other things for you. If you want to keep this secret, I only do so much business. Depends on how much you're bringing in. If it's a lot, I'm not going to have the money on hand. I could go resell it, but people are going to ask questions. So how secret are we keeping this?
The main thing that I'm worried about is people getting wind of who I am and going after my supplier, because we would like to keep my supplier secret. So that's the end goal here. So however we can achieve that goal, however much secrecy we want to keep, that's what I have in mind.
Okay, in that case, I can take... She pauses, does some mental math. I can take 10 pounds of iron off of you today. And if you give me some time, a couple weeks, I can make some more liquidity and be ready to take 100 pounds off of you in a week from now, and probably another 30 pounds every week thereafter, or something like that.
How many pounds did we bring?
I don't know if we discussed, but you could easily have brought 100 pounds with you right now. That would be easy to carry on one llama, and you definitely have that level of supply lying about.
Okay.
Could also trade it for more arrows if they have it.
Yeah, exactly. Do we think we need more arrows?
Pretty sure we did, yeah.
Oh, we did. Okay.
One
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Do you want to think?
Excuse me. Chat is asking for plate armor.
Goodness.
In universe, plate armor is like really rare, right?
Yeah,
And
it takes a
extremely
really long time
expensive.
to make.
Yes.
I don't think I would even want plate armor right now, to be honest. I will ask the smith, how, what would the rate be for converting ore to arrows?
Bless you.
Did you hear my wife sneezing in the background?
I
Heard someone sneeze.
Impressive.
I've been sneezing over here too, so I'm just like,
Same.
I feel it. It's allergy season.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh my god, I did not put this in fractions. I'm a monster. What does 0.067 what does 0.067 look like in a fraction?
Is that a 60th or something?
Yeah,
No.
I think that's a 60th.
No.
Yes.
Wait, no,
you are
6-7 is
smart.
like, it's 2/3, right?
0.06 is a
The 60th is not.
Oh, I'm thinking 0.67.
yeah. 0.067
Oh,
is 1/30th? No, 1/15? 1/15. So
Yeah.
she says that she could easily make you 15 a day. It seems like an odd number to pick. Why would I?
Oh, just the arrows that she already has on hand.
Yeah, so she can sell you a whole bunch that she has on hand, and then she can make you like 15 to 20 a day. On hand, she has about 200.
Okay. I'm basically just thinking of like, we have a bunch of ore, and I want to spend that ore on things, and if arrows would take a good chunk of value out of that ore, then that would be good.
Definitely. Yeah, you want to trade her iron bullion for arrowheads?
Yes.
That is an easy trade to make. Okay, so that's going to be 15 pounds of arrowheads. It would be 100, or 15 pounds of arrows. And then she will trade the 15 pounds of arrows for, since they're like copper or brass or bronze tipped arrowheads, she'll trade them to you for 5 pounds of iron.
Ugh. Okay. Sure, I guess. Why not?
Yeah. 1 pound of iron for 3 pounds of arrowheads. That's a half decent deal. She happily makes that with you if you want to do that. I think you have to bring in the rest from outside.
Yeah, so...
Right? You only brought in the one.
So my plan here is she was able to buy 10 pounds off with the gold on hand, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Here's my proposal, is I sell those 10 pounds of gold, or 10 pounds of iron for gold, loan her an additional 10 pounds of iron, as just a debt to help kickstart her expanding operations, and then 5 more pounds for arrows. So that would be 25 pounds total. I personally don't want to take the iron into town, so I would want her to come out with us and pick up the iron herself.
She will send her 2 bodyguards, Mort and Hans.
I love those names.
And she'll leave 1 bodyguard here with her. The other 2 will walk with you back outside of town, pick up the iron, and bring it back in. This deal sounds decent. Great. So you are giving her 10 pounds of iron that you're converting to gold, which I think in this situation will just convert to 10 pounds of gold, which is 500 gold pieces.
Damn. Okay.
Yes, I've done that math right.
That's a lot.
Moni.
That's a lot
Money.
of gold.
I guess it goes to the town coffer, not
Yeah.
our pockets.
Maybe a little bit of it can go in our pockets making this roll. Just a little bit.
I think we can rely on Neil for our income.
Yeah, you guys can get a few gold.
Exactly.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. Tristel spent all of her silver riches on dresses and fancy daggers,
Yeah, cool.
and she makes no income.
Kyra is happy that her goal of rejuvenating Kalala with more iron seems to be going to plan. Hopefully the town can maybe start to get back on its feet a little bit with slow and steady influx of ore.
Oh, were you also going to talk to the Fletchers?
Oh
To see
yeah,
if
I was
they
going to
have
go
the
pick up
bows?
the bows. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
for the rest of our town guard.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just doing some math to make sure I'm not cheating you out of a crap ton of money. I have a sneaking suspicion I am wildly wrong here.
Oh.
Yes, I'm off by a factor of 10, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think 5 pounds of iron gets you 1,000 arrows? Am I doing this right?
Yeah, 5 pounds of iron doesn't matter that much in our grand scheme of things, so it's fine.
Okay.
I'm also kind of frustrated that we have to haul this iron back. Like, come on.
We could bury it somewhere.
True.
Hide it.
Nothing bad will ever happen to that iron. We'll just put it in the swamp.
Yeah. So your deals are made. You lose 25 pounds of iron. You gain 500 gold. You gain 100 arrows. There's a slight loan, and you still have 75 pounds of iron. Back with the llama and the llama and the rest of the party. In the meantime, you go to the Fletchers. The two Fletchers are there, happy to see you. They will hold up their end of the bargain and trade you the other bows. I think there was a cost, right? No, you paid everything up front, so
I
they
think so.
just owed
Yeah.
you the bows. Yep. So
Yep.
they hand over the bows with a smile, and I hope you come back. We'd love to do some more business with you. If you need anything, made out of wood, let us know. If you have any other desires or needs from the great city of Kaela, one of the last bastions of civilization in a war-torn world,
Do we
help
need
you,
anything else? I feel like we don't need that much.
Well, we still need to talk to Adaptech after saving her.
Yeah, and get the leather armor.
grandchildren,
Yeah.
right?
That's right, yeah.
But do we need anything?
Alligator
or does
thing?
the town need anything?
I feel like the things we need in town is like. Honestly, I feel like it's more of a bigger labor force. Like, we only have one carpenter, and they're kind of clogged up with work, with like reinforcing town and building boats and everything. But that's a harder thing to like do. Yeah.
Recruit.
I guess it sort of goes into like, should we open up for people moving into Trog or not?
Yeah, so I think I said that my plan earlier was to start infusing Kalala with iron, see how that goes, and then think about starting recruiting.
Yeah.
It is now, Velthara.
A merchant campaign.
Hasn't it always been in our hearts?
It's a merchant campaign.
Building up the strength of our town, fortifying it.
This is why. No, you didn't get screwed on the arrows at all.
Okay.
This is perfect.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Fair prices.
So now you have a total of 12 bows and 300 arrows from this place. You can go find a Daptech and get the promised alligator skin hide armor. I believe that is what you were going to trade for.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Um,
Kyra's gonna be a dork. Kyra's gonna smuggle like quarter pound or half pound of iron and donate it to this family.
Oh. Neat.
Yeah.
They've been through a
That-
lot.
The iron comes in like bars of 1 pound each.
Oh, yeah. 1 pound is fine then.
A little unfortunate. Okay, great. 1 pound for charity.
Charity iron.
Adaptech and Cash are incredibly grateful for this, and they will ask you, where did you come across a pure iron bullion bar like this, with no rust on it or anything?
It's a good question, actually. I just smile.
They take your silence for what it is, flatter you with winning words and grave thanks for the rescue of Cash, Kilo, and Nibble. Yeah, and that's it. If you need any gator skin anything, they're here to help. They got your back.
Heck yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But
I would like to put in a request.
Oh.
So, okay, out of character, I'm vegan in real life, so I don't get to indulge in these fantasies, but here I do. Stell would like to request a pair of alligator skin boots. Like real like cool ones. Kind of tall boots.
Heck yeah.
tall boots, like
Yeah.
mid shin or like all the way up to the knee. How tall are we talking?
Slightly taller than mid shin, but like cuts right below the knee.
Gotcha.
Fashion.
These things can be made. In fact, they already have boots on hand. Not like nice, cool, tall boots. They tell you they will have tall boots ready for you the next time you come back. They promise.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It'll match my snake skin strap that holds up my lyre
Nice.
from one of Pearl's snakes.
Glad you found a use for those. All right. The sun is beginning to go down, Kyra, and you know that means you got to get out of town before you're locked in for the day.
Bouquet.
And you can make it out in time. The party can set up camp outside of town. And Kyra, would you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh. Am I gonna get sick?
Fine. No, you're fine. The night passes peacefully, quietly. Yeah, it's fine. And the next day is yours. You just head back to town?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Camp check
Oh.
on the way.
Do we
One day.
head to
Did we
Northridge
want
on
to
the way, or-
investigate Northridge on the way?
Yeah, possibly. We're just super laden with garbage. But if you want to explore and we don't think that encumbers us too much, then sure.
It's kind of on the way, so I feel like it shouldn't delay us too much. As long as we arrive there during daytime.
Yeah. You can leave early in the morning. No reason to hang out near Ka'ela any longer than you have to. Northridge will essentially just add a day to your journey. Or, half a day. Not a huge deal.
Oh yeah, and just to be clear, that is a good question was said out loud by Kyra.
What?
At the alligator person when they said like, where did you get this? I'm like, that's a good question.
Nice. Yeah. They don't
Where
press
did it
for
come from?
details.
Where did it come
They-
from?
They understand.
So we arrive
3
in
days.
Northridge on what day? 21st? 22nd?
21st.
Okay.
You'll arrive in Northridge on the 21st, and just like the old herder said, as the town comes into view, you can see there's that tower that was broken and is now being repaired. When you first see it, you can see that there's some sort of like lattice framework up on the damaged side, and that there are new stones added. So instead of like coming down at a hard angle, it like comes down and then flattens out. It's clearly not finished being repaired, but it is in the process of it. And you'll see this, miles away.
Yeah, assuming it's morning and not late evening, then I think we can go in and explore.
Yeah.
It'll be mid-afternoon when you arrive at
It's
Northridge.
Probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sun's out. It's September. It's, starting to get dark a little bit earlier, but there's no daylight savings time, so it's fine. We're good. Yeah. And into the ruined town of Northridge we go. This time on the north-south-west side of the river.
As we approach the town, I want to ritual cast Detect Magic. Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit nervous about the last person we saw heading this way. He was a little suspicious. And just want to be on the lookout for anything.
So you can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. Perfect. Great.
How long does it last?
An hour.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. In we
I think
go.
that's correct. It might be less.
Yeah, I
Might
don't know off
be.
the top of my head.
I can be refreshing it. I'll just have to pause. 10 minutes. Sorry, I was thinking of a different thing. So yeah.
In you head to Northridge. And from what you see, it's mostly just the normal ruined town. The bridge is on the tower is on the other side of the river from where you are. And you know where the bridges that cross the river are. One of them's right near that church. There's another one elsewhere in town. But as you approach the bridge, one of these two bridges to cross, you'll notice what appears to be a pack of undead skeletons.
Nope.
Standing on the bridge, just standing idly. There looks to be about 6 of them.
I vote we do not.
I presume we're far away enough so that we can not draw attention to us, right?
Yeah, you're walking through the ruins of the city, and so you come round a section where you finally get the first view of the bridge, and you're many hundreds of feet. When you see the skeletons, and I imagine with Kyra's very quick nope, it's like see the skeletons back up into the alleyway, and then carefully peer and observe. And they aren't really moving. In fact, now that you're really getting a good look at them, these could also just be fake skeletons that have been propped up to make it look like they're guards, because they're literally not moving. There's no turning of heads, there's no jostling of bones. It's just 6 skeletons frozen in place.
Are they propped up by anything or just standing there?
Hard to tell.
We're at max vision range, so you all make me perception checks. They
Are
gotta be
they-
pretty good.
Within 600 feet.
Yes. That's a really good perception check, Ashley. You don't see any strings or boards or planks or poles holding them up. None of you do. And that's with, a 9, a 17, and a 21. So either what is propping them up is very well disguised or hidden or small, or they're standing of their own volition.
What if we throw a rock somewhere far away from us?
I have a better idea.
I
What if I shoot an arrow at them?
don't know about that. Pearl, since you're feeling so brave,
What? No,
what say you about taking a closer look? Listen, I can make you invisible and you can get a really good look up close.
What if you do this? Why do I have to go in? You're
I have to
scary.
keep detecting magic. I want to make sure that there's nothing too suspicious going on.
Really?
You've got this. You've got this.
Are you sure?
I believe in you. I believe in
I
you.
don't.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Okay.
That's a good line.
All right.
It is.
You believe in me?
I forget
Okay,
what
so I
what
wanna-
anime that's from.
Your drill is the drill that'll pierce the heavens. I think it's Gurren Lagann.
Right.
I think. um. So I want to cast that. Yeah, out of character, I guess. I'm aware that if I do invisibility, I can't detect magic. Also, we've run into this before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll lay a hand on Pearl and cast invisibility.
Great.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Pearl, you become invisible.
Neat. So what do I do, Tristan? What do you want me to
So
walk up close to them, or?
they're not moving, you know?
Here's my theory. If a wizard is rebuilding that tower, this might just be an illusion to scare anyone off. So see if they're an illusion.
Okay, I'll go have a look, and I will slowly make my way over there. I mean, I will still make sure to be as silent as possible. But I guess I'm also not wearing any boots, so this should be relatively easy.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a stealth check at +5.
+5 on that. So 20, I guess?
So 20, a great stealth check. You can make your way down to the skeletons, the 500 feet through the town, until you arrive at the bridge.
Do I notice any more skeletons or anything else weird along the way?
Give me a perception check.
Hell yeah.
You do notice some oddities along the way. There is like a small pile of dead dogs that are like gathered in one area. They look to be not, recently, not today, but they look like stray dogs who all conveniently died in one spot or who were all gathered and placed in one spot. Fairly close to the bridge, but still on this side, like in an old ruined courtyard full of rubble. Just sort of placed on the top of it outside of a walkway. That's a little unusual.
How far away are we from the tower and the church? Like, what's the relationship between the bridge, the tower, and the church?
Let's see which bridge you're at. You are not at you're at the bridge that is not next to the church. So let's see. I'm going to do a quick doodle for us here.
Nice.
If we look at the bottom of this map, we've got like a river that cuts through town. And we've got two bridges. One of them is next to the church. I'm just going to use a cross instead of the actual symbol for the church because it's too difficult to draw. And then the tower is like over here somewhat. So you are like on this bridge. So you're closer to the tower. The church should be way over here.
And so, where is Kyra and Tristel now?
They're like back here.
Okay.
Yeah, just looking down this long straight shot that almost links these two.
So if I go, I don't know, 120 feet away, do I see anything more with the skeletons there on the bridge?
Like up or down the river, you mean?
No, the skeletons on the bridge. Like, do I see them being propped up, or do they seem like an illusion of some sort, or?
Oh, when you're 120 feet from the skeletons.
Yeah.
You mean? Gotcha. Give me another perception check now that you're much closer. Yeah, they still look to be sort of free-floating or freestanding. Maybe there's some sort of like wire that's propping them up, or maybe like little, behind their legs there could be metal beams or something that are just like hidden by their bones, really thin pieces of metal. It's possible. You don't see them, but they also haven't moved at all.
Okay.
I have a question. What time of day is it again?
Late afternoon. Maybe an hour or two before sunset.
We got time. That's fine. I'll get a little closer. I want to
like
get
the edge of the bridge. The bridge spans the river, so the bridge is maybe like 100, 150 feet across. there somewhat in the middle of it, so now you're maybe like 60 feet from the skeletons, and the bridge does like go up with its arch a wee bit.
Okay, I want to... I don't know, is it an attack to throw a rock?
Yes.
Is it an attack to throw a rock not at someone?
Oh, if you're just like kicking a rock down the street, that's not an attack, no.
Okay. I'd like to throw a rock so that it lands on the other side of the skeletons on the bridge. Like throwing it over the skeletons, basically. I don't know how close I need to get for that. And I don't know if throwing rock distance is like a dex thing or a strength thing.
Definitely a strength thing.
That's bad.
You could,
okay.
Yeah, throwing a rock 120 feet is maybe a little tough. That's a long distance to throw a rock.
Mm-hmm. I would get closer then. I mean, I'm still invisible, so I guess move like 60 feet away from them.
Mm-hmm. So you want to get 60 feet from the skeletons, which basically puts you at the very edge of the bridge.
Mm-hmm. And then throw a rock behind them.
Okay, give me the world's greatest strength check,
Oh,
Pearl.
jeez. This is not going to go well. Right, straight up strength. Okay, do I want to use something?
Oh, I should have buffed you before you went.
Oh, probably too late. Okay. I got this. This is fine.
It's a natural 2, -1 for your low strength.
But it doesn't even reach the skeleton, so it's fine.
Autumn, would you tell me what it looks like when Tristel tries to throw this rock?
It's like those really bad like first pitch throws for people at baseball games, like the celebrities, where it like goes backwards somehow. Where it's like it like drops before it like finishes the throw and goes backwards.
Tumbling behind you. Luckily, no one is close enough to hear or see your shame, Pearl.
Not even the skeletons? Did they not react to it?
It doesn't seem to react to it.
Well,
Nope.
we
rock
saw
just
it.
drops behind you. Maybe you guys see like a rock float and then just fall. It's confusing. Why would Pearl lift and drop a rock in the same spot?
Must be the ghosts, you know? There's some ghosts here.
Mm-hmm.
Right, she's invisible while this is happening, so you just see like bloop. Oh no.
I feel like I kind of want to try again, but it's probably not a good idea.
What's the worst that could happen?
Okay, alright. Well, I'm 60 feet away, and they didn't hear me. Okay, now that I'm 60 feet away, do they look like illusions or something? Like, are they completely static, or do they wiggle a little bit because it's windy? Like, do they react to the atmosphere, basically?
The breeze is not particularly strong. If they had hair on their heads, you might be able to see it jostle, but it's not moving their bodies in any way, shape, or form. Nothing looks like an illusion, otherwise it's not a good illusion, right? So
Yeah.
it could easily be the illusion of skeletons just standing there. It's a real possibility.
I don't know. This is spooky. I don't know if I should just straight up try and throw a rock at them, but that breaks my invisibility, and I'm gonna have to run if that happens.
I can shoot an arrow from long distance.
What?
I can shoot an arrow from long distance.
You can, but we can't communicate at this distance.
Yeah, but if you want to
so-
come back.
Yeah. But I mean, I know that you can do that, so like if something goes wrong, I know that there can be arrows coming from your direction. So that's good,
True,
right?
true.
So it should be fine. Even if something goes wrong, right?
Yes.
Okay, what, how clumped up are these? Like, the skeletons? Like, what's the...
There are 6 of them. There are 2 ranks of 3. So there's like one in the very middle, one on the left side, one on the right side, and then that exact same pattern, maybe 10 feet behind them.
Okay. And... Can I like take a rock and just roll it toward them like a bowling ball?
The bridge sort of like goes uphill, so you can't really roll the rock uphill appreciably. And then it's got like the cobblestone, so it's not even a smooth surface.
Okay.
You're invisible. Why? You could just walk up and touch them.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe that's what I should do. Just touch the spooky skeletons, and everything's fine.
Soft touch isn't an attack.
Yeah.
It's a gentle touch.
Yeah, you could caress the skeleton's skull. That wouldn't break your invisibility.
Okay, but if I just go closer and throw a rock so that it lands at their feet, would that be an attack? Or would that be like... Because I'm not intending to hit them, right? I just want to make a noise close to them.
So when we talk about an attack, what we're really talking about is the force with which you do something. You know, it's less about your intent. It's more about if you're smacking something. You know, if you're forcefully interacting with the world around you is the problem here. So you want to toss a rock at their feet. If it can be like a gentle lob, that's not going to be an attack. But if it has to be like a real hard throw, that does become an attack.
I'm thinking a gentle lob. I just want to make a sound.
Yeah, you want to make a sound at their feet? Not a problem. Just give me that strength check one more time. Much lower DC because you're not trying to get it over and beyond them. But you're trying to get it 60 feet. And as we've discussed and discovered earlier, you are not particularly strong.
There we go. That is 9 times as strong as last time.
That's a
negative
fantastic
1.
toss. It goes and like poof, 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 bounces at their feet. And the skeletons have absolutely no reaction in any way, shape, or form to this.
Huh. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna scurry back to the party and report what I've seen and update everything.
Yeah, as you're getting back, the other party members are... What were you doing? Are you chatting? Are you just watching observantly?
I'm
Is there a
observing.
conversation happening that she appears in the middle of?
I want to be ready with my bow in case like something happens.
Okay, so you've got the bow out and an arrow ready to put into it. What about you, Tristel?
I mean, I guess there's still light, but I guess kind of like lower lighting. I was just thinking, you know, I have like the night vision, so I'm kind of more intently watching to see like, okay, where is she? Do I see? And so this whole time I've just been observing her. Whenever I see the rock, like, up, go down, but then successfully, like I'm just like narrating this to Kyra, like what I see, what's happening.
Perfect. Great.
Did you really have to
So
tell
you-
Kyra about that first time?
You tried, Pearl. Oh, you did so good.
Look, it just slipped out of my hand. It's not my fault.
I know,
Some
I
rocks
know.
are slippery. Okay,
I
but
totally
they were...
understand. You did great, though.
But yeah, they were just standing on the bridge. They did not react to the sound of rocks by their feet. So I don't know. If maybe it just is an illusion. I didn't dare attack them. Maybe I could, but
Is there... Is there any type of cover near that bridge?
Yeah, there's lots of cover. All sorts of ruined buildings nearby. If you took your time and picked your way through the city, you could get up to one of these ruined buildings, like 30 feet from the bridge, and have some sort of ruined wall or part of a building between you and them. Not a problem.
You know, I just want to shoot an arrow. I feel like Pearl should observe while invisible while I shoot an arrow and duck behind the building.
okay.
Great.
Do you want me to walk closer before you shoot?
Yeah, it should be fine as long as you can see if it actually hits or not.
Okay.
If it like goes through them or whatever.
Yeah, I want to make it to right before the bridge starts and be next to the bridge. And so if the skeletons start running after Kyra, I want to not be in their path, just be off to the side.
Gotcha.
I want to actually be trying to scurry and get a closer look as well, but like from a distance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oops. Okay. This way. Oh, this is almost right. No? Is it?
Are you looking up skeleton stat blocks now?
No, no. I'm just trying to give you some part of a map with which to work, so that we have something that we can look at, poke at.
Just in case there's a battle, you know?
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen now. It's gonna be fine. We're not gonna need a map.
We probably don't need a nap, but it's nap or map. Either one of them.
It's fine. We won't
Always
go
use
on
a
a break
map.
as soon as my arrow hits a skeleton. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. It's just it helps set the tone and the tension if you don't know what's about to happen. So
Exactly.
that's why we make the map. It's just to build the tension.
I don't believe any of this. Not a word.
What? Are you trying to say that I would manipulate this situation and your emotions to suit my own needs?
That's your job.
I have never felt so insulted in my life. Just let me finish making this battle map for you.
In a way, out of character. In a way, that's the job of the game designer.
True?
Yeah.
Curating a mood. Right now, Neil is curating the mood of like subtle terror.
Pretty much.
So here's our long straight section. I'm not going to bother to build like a whole town for us. And the bridge is just going to be right off screen on the right side here, because I didn't have a nice little bridge map. So Pearl, assuming that the
I don't know
bridge
where we
is
are.
just like,
Right.
yeah, we're on the right side.
Okay.
So assuming the bridge is just off the screen, where would you like to be? Ooh, it's a little bit big. Oh, you're all a little bit big.
We're large.
I'm gonna be at max range. That's
Okay.
what the tank is doing.
Excellent.
You can feel
That's what I
free
like
to have protection or not.
And
Fair
the max
enough.
range of your bow is 600 feet?
Way on the left side.
Jesus
Exactly, that's the point. That's why I'm gonna shoot an arrow.
Wait, is that
Yep.
doesn't that give you disadvantage, or is that?
I have 20 arrows. I can shoot to my heart's content.
But like, what's the normal
Kyra's
range?
too powerful. This is like so impressive.
150?
Kyra's just like an Olympic friggin'.
It's a little frustrating. I feel it too.
I'm like less frustrated because it's like on my side, but yeah. I mean, without fail, every time we stream, there's like a newcomer that's like, those stats.
All right, so Pearl, you're coming right up to the bridge because you're invisible. Tristel, you want to get close?
Yeah, do a little sneaky sneak.
Sure.
So
Put yourself
my
wherever you
goal.
want to be.
Okay, this is risky business, but I'm pretty sneaky. I actually want to get within 30 feet of this situation,
Oh,
so I
damn.
can also ascertain any magical properties afoot,
Great.
I
So,
if
Sorry.
there are any.
right, and you want to be 30 feet from the start of the bridge because the skeletons are like 60 feet onto the bridge, so you couldn't get within 30 feet of them without clearly being in view. So were you looking
Maybe
to be 30?
I'll stay here for the moment. I see Khyperia is about to make an attack.
Okay, cool. Would you make me a stealth check to get into position?
Yes.
I think I want to be on top of a building.
Sure.
If something looks,
Don't worry about getting on top of a building. It's fine. Because Tristel is trying to get into position here. And normally Tristel is on point.
I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, I mean, she's got +5 to stealth. Normally Tristel is great at these things, but there's something that must have distracted her or otherwise got in the way of her judgment. Khyperia, what got in the way of her judgment or distracted her? What was it that caused her to fumble this roll so badly?
I think that as she's walking along, a stray cat in a windowsill just does a really loud meow right next to her ear as she's sneaking past.
Mm-hmm. And as this cat meows and you're startled and you like a quick move to the side to assess the danger situation, you end up stepping just like in the middle of the road. And that's when the 6 skeletons immediately, without hesitation, begin marching in your direction. And we'll roll initiative on the other side of our break.
Oh.
all right. See y'all in a bit. Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Embers of the Wilds. The monsters immediately move after Tristel. So
Are you sure?
we should
Have
all
you
roll
checked?
initiative.
Okay. All right. Initiative.
Oh, well, they did roll initiative, but you can't see it yet because they're off the map.
I just...
Wait.
I didn't intend for this.
Thor, that's chocolate.
Did I make it up on a roof, or I don't know the order of all of these things because I wanted to be on a roof.
Right. I think you were approaching a rooftop to climb
Yeah.
when this happened.
Okay.
But we will give you a little invisibility marker.
We would have walked together, presumably. So.
Yeah.
Sorry. Initiative.
There we go. Little invisibility marker for you. You would have been walking together, so maybe you're over here. Maybe she was about to, was actually, if you were sneaking together, you would probably be having come down one of the back sides. And then Tristel would have done
Little...
like a darty thingy here.
little
and you would have
attempty...
been- Yeah.
Oh, I see what's happening here.
Yeah. So I think you're probably somewhere over here looking for a way up when the skeletons begin to move. Now, Pearl, you win initiative. There must be like a break in the building enough that you can see that the skeletons are moving. Because you did win initiative, so you must have a line of sight on it in some way, shape, or form. So go ahead and make your action.
Okay, can I climb up to a higher point here? Like,
Yeah.
is there a place that looks sturdy enough for me to just jump up onto the second floor?
Totally.
Okay.
You want to scramble up the decrepit building that was destroyed 20 years ago?
If it looks stable, if there's like a stone column somewhere where it's like...
Yeah, it looks real stable. Would you roll me a 1d20, please?
Wait, a 1d20?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Whoa, okay.
A flat 1d20, don't worry about it.
What? Okay.
I'm worrying about it.
You rolled a 7?
Yes. That's good.
Yeah.
7 is a good
You
number.
scramble up this building and it begins to creak under your weight. You grab some like little charred posts and they fall out. You do manage to scramble up the building, without it breaking down, but there are like little bits of it that like comes out and crashes down to the ground beneath you. But you're stable, you're fine, you're up here and invisible.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Ah, jeez. I think I'll stay up here, yeah, I'll stay up here. I don't know if I don't have line of sight to them right now, do I?
You absolutely do.
Oh, okay, from here?
Yes. They are 60 feet plus the 25 feet, so 85 feet?
Okay, let me quickly check a thing. Okay. Rude. Okay. I'm gonna stay here.
You're just gonna chill.
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent. Well, I guess now is the time to put them on the screen so we can see their initiative orders. But coming towards Tristel is a pack of 6. And they will do... How far can they move it around? They can move about 60 feet around, I believe. If I can open up their character sheets. Yeah, the speed is 30, so they will like move and dash and quickly come in this direction. These two will be the last two to arrive. And while the bridge is wide enough for them to stand 3 abreast, the town streets are only wide enough for 2 abreast. So their formation quickly shifts into a double column. And it should actually be this order. There we go. Perfect. Great. The skeletons come a-marchin', and Kyra, from 600 feet away, the distance that would take you 10 rounds to cover. What would you like to do?
All right, this is gonna get real old real fast. Let's go. I run forward 30 feet while pulling out an arrow. I curse under my breath. I take a knee and fire after running forward 30 feet. Oh, did you move me forward? Okay.
I did move you 30 feet. Give me an attack roll.
At disadvantage, right? Because it's long range?
Yes. Boo! The arrow lands at the feet near Tristel, sort of like sliding and skidding across the stonework. The other skeletons move forward. Tristel, it's your turn.
Oh god. So I want to move.
You
first.
have to run. There are way too many.
So let's see, I can go 30 feet. I want to run right here, and then, oh god, as a last-ditch effort, I want to see if I can't just cast invisibility on myself and see what happens.
Great! Would you put the invisibility spell in chat for us, please?
That should work, right?
It will totally work. You can absolutely become invisible. It will break invisibility on Pearl because it's a concentration spell.
That's fine, I'm still hidden.
Yeah, she's away, and I'm here, invisible.
Pearl, it is your turn. You are watching when you notice your hand begins to like appear in the world, and the staff that you've got in your hand begins to appear in the real world, and now you can see yourself.
I'm gonna lie down and try to think about what mistake I did that broke invisibility, and nervously look around for Tristel. I guess. I just want to hide as much as possible, like lie down flat because I'm on the 2nd floor and be as quiet as possible.
Right. Let me just take a quick gander at your character sheet over here. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Will you give me a D20?
So great up there. Yeah, the skeletons don't seem to notice you at all. You lie down flat and observe, and it is their turn, and they... Well, actually, except for the 2 in the back. They will in Tristel's direction. And then they will actually just keep going. They will double move down this pathway. But the problem is that Tristel is sort of in front of them a little bit. So Tristel, I need you to make me an acrobatics... No, give me a dexterity saving throw. as you like finish casting the spell and open your eyes, and there's like a skeleton bearing down on you. To get out of the way, move to the side enough. Oh my god, natural 20. You easily sidestep.
Where was that?
The skeletons who march through your square as you're casting your spell. And Kyra, it comes your turn.
I run forward 30 feet, pull out an arrow, and let it fly.
Moved you 30 feet. 15 will hit the skeleton.
Nice. Right. 40.
Excellent. It clinks off the side of one, chipping the bone just a wee bit, but not really doing too much.
So it's real. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah,
or it's
not
a
an
little
illusion.
Yeah.
The next skeleton marches. Tristel takes a turn.
Oh boy. Okay, so I was hoping that they would have just like stopped if they didn't see me anymore, but okay, so is it possible for me to kind of like still advance down this road, but like sticking to the sides so I'm not like in the actual path of where they are?
Question I have for you is, if you walk at a normal pace, your sound of your feet on the cobblestones will make noise. There will be noise made by it. Or you can move slowly and try and move quietly. So are you sneaking, or are you just like keeping pace? Are you concerned about the sound of your feet over the wind and the arrows and the skeleton's feet noises? Or is it cool?
No, I don't think I'm concerned about that.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and move yourself wherever you would like to go.
Okay.
You want to just do
So
60
yeah,
feet?
full movement.
Great. Okay. You scurry alongside the skeletons. Now, I know we're kind of going their turn, your turn, but the flow is much more. They've passed you, and you're going to be like sort of following behind them. The round order does make it a little bit weird. You're not like jumping ahead of them and then they jump ahead of you. So effectively, you're going to be sort of like in between these two groups, since they're already having a head start and you're all moving at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And that will work very well. This one will come up to here, and Pearl will take their turn.
I?
It's a lot of distance, Pearl.
I am gonna zoomies. I'm gonna use my feline agility, and I'm going to dash and run along the back of the building as far as I can. I think that would be 40, my base movement speed, times 2 for feline agility, and then times 2 for a dash.
160.
When you move on your turn, you can double your speed until the end of the turn. Once you use the trait, you can't use it again. So your 40 becomes an 80, becomes a 160 is absolutely correct. That is a huge burst of speed.
Okay, so I want to end up here, behind that building.
Okay.
Yeah, if that works. I don't know if I'm gonna make much sound, but there's grass along the way, and I'm not wearing boots, so it should be okay.
Yeah, you scamper and down the area. We'll give them another check. What's their modifier, though?
Oh boy.
Ooh, passive of 9. 5, 14. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Oh, it's fine. It's fine, Pearl. You do your scamper thing. This front group of skeletons will continue their march as Tristel is catching, hot on their heels. Cairo will take a turn.
I march 30 feet forward, pull out an arrow, and let it fly.
Excellent. 17
Ooh,
is
nice.
another hit.
10. Nice.
Oof.
Whoa.
That one skeleton that you've been targeting is about like half HP now. Getting kind of wounded. Tristel. how did this one skeleton end up 30 feet behind these guys? They should all be within... They're moving in a formation. Someone moved inappropriately at one point in time.
I thought that one was back here with this boy.
Yeah, but the whole pack should essentially be in like a formation like this, but somehow I messed up the movement, and someone...
Oh, I think it's because of where they rolled an initiative.
Yeah.
But they should all have the same, right? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whenever
So
it's
either-
their turn, they should move into the pack, right?
Yeah.
Or just stretch.
Big boys.
Become very large.
Something like this, yeah. But Tristel is moving in and amongst them, or right behind the pack, essentially. And where are you going, Tristel?
So I'm here.
Yeah, they move there. You're moving along with them.
So question, if I use my full movement, I can't do anything, right?
Right. Yes.
If you
correct.
dash,
Except for
I
Bardic
guess.
Inspiration.
Right?
Yeah,
Sorry?
if you move in, so the skeletons are moving and dashing. If you move and dash, all you have left is a bonus action, which I think is your Bardic Inspiration, and I don't know if you have any other bonus action abilities.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that plan's not gonna happen because they're just moving too quickly. The plan in my brain. So, new plan. They're advancing. This invisibility situation didn't really do anything to help me.
Well, you
So-
survived. You didn't get swarmed
Well,
by skeleton.
Yeah, I didn't get because they were right there. So I did survive that.
I might wait to engage until I'm there.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
we
that's
want
like
Kyra
still what
to
I'm
be-
thinking. That's like still what I'm thinking. I feel like they're just too, like you're too far away, we're too far away from you. So yeah, I guess I'll just keep following them close behind, kind of just marching with the pack.
Excellent. Following with the pack. Pearl, your turn comes round again.
I'm just gonna keep moving behind. So I guess I want to keep further away to make sure that I don't attract more attention than necessary. So I guess all the way over there or something.
Great. Yep. There goes Pearl. The pack of skeletons don't all move in the same direction this time. The first two... Oh, again. The first two will do their 60 here. And then the next two will do this. Break off.
No.
As if they've noticed something else somewhere else.
That's illegal.
Ira, take your turn.
I will move forward 30 feet and take a shot.
Excellent. 11 is not quite good enough. It will sort of hit the skeletons ineffectively. The next pack begins to move, and Tristel will take their turn as well. Just keeping pace.
Is this one moving as well?
Yeah, that one's about to move. Yeah.
But it hasn't yet.
The initiative order is all fucky, right?
Right.
Like, they're moving
Yeah.
as a pack, but you're somehow taking an action in between their turns. Sorry, I shouldn't have moved you until you were ready to go.
Yeah, I mean that's the move I'm gonna do. Is just keeping with them.
Everyone keeps going this way. Pearl, yeah. You're running down the side.
I'm gonna continue running. Yeah, so over here.
So Pearl runs. The skeletons move. Tristel takes another shot. Not Tristel. Kyra takes another shot. Okay.
But there's no disadvantage now.
11,
Actually,
right?
wait, yeah.
Now there
I'm
should
within
be
150 feet.
120 feet. Perfect.
150?
So
Yeah.
regular shot, 23 is a hit.
Hell yeah.
4 points.
Oof. Slowly pinging it down. So we move Tristel, we move the skeletons. Pearl's turn comes again, but I think we're just doing the same. Well, Pearl, you're getting close enough that yeah, this matters.
Oh yeah, that's true. We're pretty close.
Pretty close now.
Yeah, whose turn is it?
It's your turn.
Oh, the initiative order says Kyra, but
I just went.
You are absolutely right.
okay.
It is
there we
Pearl's
go.
turn.
Okay, so let's see. Are there any? Okay, I will move. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna make my way over here, behind the building.
Excellent. These four just continue their forward march. These two continue their forward march, chasing after you from the back. I think Tristel keeps keeping up.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Kyra, your turn has come round one more time.
Okay.
Skeletons are quite close now.
Yes. So I think I will see Pearl emerge outside of there and see that the skeletons are getting pretty close. So I'm gonna let out a war cry, drop my bow, and pull out my sword and shield. And ready an attack if a skeleton gets close to me.
So you can draw your sword as your one free item interaction because you dropped your bow to the ground. Equipping a shield, I think, is a full action.
Oh, okay. So then I will not ready an attack.
Equip shield 5e. It takes one action to don or doff a shield. Okay.
Okay.
So
cool.
you'll use your action to put on your shield, then you'll draw your weapon. And do you have any movement?
I'll move to block off this corridor.
Excellent. The other skeletons move. Tristel catches up. The other skeletons move. I think we've done all of those things. So it's Pearl's turn.
Okay. I want to climb up on the roof of this building. How tall is this? Like, how far can I climb?
The bottom, so that's about a 10-foot roof.
Okay.
Destroyed masonry, broken shingles, charred pieces of wood.
This looks very structurally intact. So this is a good building.
And just like all architects say, if it looks structurally intact, it is structurally intact.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's a saying.
Yeah, so I want to climb up here. I don't know how far up I can go. But from here I would have line of sight, which would be good.
Right, so you're going to have to spend 10 feet of movement climbing, and then the rest of it here, so this would be, a full move. Or a move without a dash to get there.
Oh, without a dash?
Yes, because your movement speed is 40. So you climb
Perfect.
10 and then run 30, and there you are.
Okay, so what is do I have line of sight to these?
Yeah, totally. But
Hell
roll
yeah.
me a d20 for structural integrity of the building you're standing on.
Okay. Keep in mind that my strength is very low, so the odds of me like tearing something out of the building is like much smaller because I'm a very delicate, weak person.
It has more to do with your weight. How much do you weigh, Pearl?
I don't remember.
What's your math? 100 pounds. Oh yeah, that's
very low
quite
though.
light.
I don't know if that's realistic.
That's well, what's your?
Yeah, how tall are you?
I guess I'm pretty tall because I am digitigrade, so I'm a little bit taller than you would be.
5'4", 100 pounds. So you're definitely on the skinny side of things. You're a light, nimble cat.
Yes. Okay. D20. God damn it.
Wow.
If it looks stable, then it is stable.
I was supposed to roll
Yeah.
low though, right? Right?
Yeah.
No, you wanted to roll high. Yeah,
You should have
start
told me
scrambling
before I rolled that
through-
dice.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have asked. You start scrambling up this building, and then immediately you step on this one section of tile that is not held up by anything, and the whole roof comes collapsing down. You will immediately tumble. You don't have any... Do you have any ability? Give me a dexterity saving throw. Let's see if you can catch yourself on something, or land on your feet, or...
God damn. Okay.
Pull out
Dex save.
cat's amazing abilities.
Wait, no. Okay, shit.
Probably not.
Hell yeah.
That's quite good. You do tumble, and you can catch yourself on one of these like burnt out beams by your hand or by your paw. So you can either choose to drop to the ground or be dangling from the roof. Your call.
Wait, am I hanging from the roof to the like second floor of this building or first
So you
floor?
see like these beams that are sticking out.
Yeah.
You'll be holding onto one of those beams. There'll be like 8 feet of air below you, maybe 6 feet of air below you because you're kind of tall. Before you hit the ground. So you wouldn't take any damage if you want to drop down, or you can use the rest of your action to pull yourself up onto the roof.
Will I be standing on the ground? Because I don't know if there's a second floor here.
No. You will either be on the ground floor with an action, or you will be on the roof with no action, but it's your choice. with that 22
I'm gonna be
initiative.
on the roof with no action, I think. So I'm gonna climb
All
up.
right. There you are. Now we get to the slower part, as one of these skeletons is the first one in and will all the way up to Khyra. However, they don't have enough to move and attack, so that one just goes there. This
Hello
next
there.
one falls in line. This next one over here will do one of these. This one will do one of these. And Khyra will take their turn.
Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to do a regular old slashy slash against the skeleton in front and whiff.
Yep. The blade goes wide. Skeleton has no problem dodging it as best as it can. The next one will fall in line. Tristel will take a turn.
Okay. So this one is in front of me and hasn't moved yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing this. I'm going to break my invisibility and make an attack with my daggers. Do I get like advantage or anything because I'm
Absolutely.
hidden and
You get-
sneaky?
Yes, you can see them and they cannot see you, so you have an advantage on both those attack rolls as the daggers come out and into the creature. 16's a great hit. And your offhand? 21 is also a hit. You will do... This is the first... Whoa, that's not the right number. This is the first. This is the second. You stab into the skeleton. Its bones sunder under the impact of your blades. And its head pivots around on its spine 180 degrees to stare at you, as the rest of the body then pivots with the head staying in place. And the skeleton reaches out with a bony claw, grasping a short sword, and tries to run it through your body with a critical hit.
Can I try using a bardic inspiration die as a reaction to
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, cutting words would work for that. Because I think I could use a bardic inspiration die to do it normally, but cutting words would probably be better for this.
I think Cutting Words takes a bardic inspiration die.
Yeah.
So you can use an ability check or damage roll. So it rolled a natural 20, so it's going to crit you no matter what, but you can reduce the damage.
Yes. I would like to reduce the damage, and that would be...
How much damage did it do? Is it 6 plus 3 as it says, or is it times 2? Or
No, 6 plus 3.
okay.
Okay, so that's just 1d6.
Right, the die becomes D8 at 5th level, which we're not quite at. So instead of taking 9, you will take 4 damage off of your temporary HP and still be totally fine. Excellent.
Sweet.
That was that skeleton's turn. It becomes Pearl's turn.
Okay. I am going to shatter these skeletons. It is time. And I have a question. So the shatter is supposed to deal more damage to materials such as stone, crystal, or metal. I feel like bone is kind of similar to stone, isn't it? Like, it's sort of the same, like, frail, hard, shattery stuff. I feel like this should apply to skeletons as well. But I don't know if it does.
What it said, it says to crystal, stone, or metal?
Yes. A creature made of inorganic material, which I don't know if bone should count as organic. I guess it sort of is, but if the point is that it's like a hard thing that can shatter, then it definitely can, right? Because aren't they weak to like bludgeoning already? Which is kind of a similar shattery type of behavior.
3d8 thunder damage. Let's see if they're weak to thunder. They're not weak to thunder. So they're not going to innately take extra damage from it. And bone is very different than those other materials because bones are sort of hollow and they bend. You know, bones are actually quite, there's some flex to them. They're not
as brittle
rigid.
as stone. Or...
Yeah,
okay.
not
Well,
as brittle
I'm
as
gonna...
stone. They don't have a crystalline structure to them.
Gonna do it anyway. I don't need that
should.
bonus. It's fine.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I can hit all 3 of them easily because it's 10-foot radius.
You can hit all 4 of these if you wanted.
I think I want to go for the 3 on the right and not include this one here.
I mean, there's a skeleton in this square too.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not attacking us yet. So.
Okay. All right. You sure don't want to get it ahead of time? Preempt it before it gets a chance to jump out at you.
And I'm going to use an empowered spell for this.
Ooh.
So is that 1 sorcery point? I think it is. Which means I can re-roll 3 of the damage die dealt, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, they need to make con saves. That's what they're gonna do.
Excellent.
I believe.
Skeleton in the front. Probably passes. Definitely passes. Definitely fails. What is your spell save DC?
13.
Okay, so 2 passes and a failure. Pass means half damage.
Yes, half damage.
Excellent. Please roll me damage and a d20 to see if you have a wild surge.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. It's 3d8 divided by 2 per skeleton.
Yeah, something like that.
What?
You don't have a Tides of Chaos just lying. I think we already used it. I think we waited, and then it was like snakes springing from your fingertips, and it was weird again. Okay.
Was it? I forget. Honestly.
So.
I
We did do
seem to
that.
recall waiting and holding it and using it at an opportune moment, and it was great. Oh no, you spoke bubbles out of your mouth. That's what it was.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So no fancy stuff. Just roll me the 3d8 for damage, and I'll divide by 2 for the guys that pass, and the one that failed will take all.
I did cast it as empowered though, so I'm gonna be able to re-roll some of these.
Yes.
I'm gonna go left to right for each of these skeletons.
Okay.
Does calling the skeleton guys count?
I'm not sure. I was thinking about that as well.
I've been calling them
These are the
boys.
mo-
So.
Yeah, I call them boys too, so. Lads.
Well, you destroy them all.
Yes!
But it's
You only
divided
need
by
the one
2,
damage
right?
roll.
It's so.
Yeah, you only need the 1 damage roll, but they are resistant to piercing damage, which comes from the bows. So, it looked like they had more HP than they did. This one at the front only had 11 left. This had 4 out of 13. This had 9 out of 9. So 11 damage destroys them.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
What
And
a
they
shatter.
explode around you.
Oh.
That was just disappointing. Skill. Quite harder.
Kairu's just like ready to take another swing, and they just all explode in front of her.
The bones bouncing between the buildings.
Those skellies move. Kyra takes turn.
Do I see the skeletons on the right?
Probably not, because that's like you'd have to look behind you and at the exact right angle. You probably aren't aware of them yet. Give me a perception check. If you can roll a 15 or higher, then you're just such a good fighter. You're well.
I am such a good fighter. All right. I'm going to leave Tristel to. She got this, and so I'm going to try and protect Pearl.
Thanks.
And let's see, how far away is it? Just out of reach. Okay. I'm going to run 30 feet and ready an attack.
Excellent.
And that's my turn.
Tristel.
Yes. Well. So I see those shatter in the distance, and I think to myself, I've got this. So I'm just gonna lay on another, double attack with my daggers. Let me give that. Do either of those hit?
Oh, I'm sorry. The 15 hits, the 9 does not. 15 will do 5 piercing damage, but as we've said, they have resistance to piercing, so it is only 2 when reduced. That is your action and your bonus action. Do you have any movement? Do you want to run away and provoke an attack of opportunity?
Yes, I do want to do that.
Just being sarcastic, but I love it.
So I would rather get out of range, and I'm pretty sneaky. Let's try that.
Great. It'll take an attack of opportunity and whiff, whoosh. And you will move to that spot as the skeleton takes its turn and chases after you, making another attack in your direction with a 19 this time. Do you want to use cutting words to reduce that attack roll by d6, or do you want to reduce the damage by d6?
Wait, cutting words doesn't work on
I'm gonna
undead,
try.
right? So you can only use the other one, right?
What?
Oh, I think Vicious Mockery is the only one I can, because it's immune to being charmed, probably.
But I think it doesn't have a brain, right? So anything that's to do with mockery or anything like that, it's not going to work on undead, right? I think didn't we try this last time?
That was the case with the zombies. So is
Yeah.
that applicable here?
But I forget which.
So the psychic damage from
Vicious Mockery.
Just thank you. Won't affect undead. You're pretty certain, unless they're sentient enough to take damage from psychic attacks. But cutting words will still work to reduce attack rolls.
Okay.
It's about using your wit. It's called cutting words, but it's not. It's a multifaceted, out-thinking.
It's like if they're swinging, I'm like, I'm over here, don't miss. Like, it's just like weird. I could just be saying anything to confuse it, distract it.
About the volume of the sound and the motions that go with it.
So 1d6. I would like to take it from the attack roll.
Okay. Roll me a d6. That becomes 18, which easily hits you, and you will take 5 piercing damage.
Oh man, I thought I had that.
I feel like you've gotten my rolls this time around.
That's it. Yeah. There has to be someone. I'll take it for the team.
Earl. It's your turn.
Do I have line of sight to all 3?
You do not have line of sight to this one. The building is blocking your view there.
Like this part of the building?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's a little spooky to move around up here, I'm guessing. Or have we already rolled for that, so now I know where it's safe? Or...
Well, you know where this spot right here is bad. That's definitely certain. But everything else is just as stable as it looked before.
Okay. Because I was wondering if I could like safely move a little bit to get a line of sight to that one as well. But
Yeah, I mean, you moved across this section, no problem. So
Yeah.
the rest of this should just be fine. You should probably just jump over there.
what?
So that way you can jump across this little pit right here, you know.
You sound too excited and positive about this.
I just want to see you win.
God damn it. Okay, can't I like very carefully move? Like use my entire 40 feet of very careful movement to a point where I would get line of sight to this one?
Let's see. Line of sight to this one, you'd have to be like over here-ish, and that is 15 feet, and you have 40 feet of movement, so you want to move at like half speed and gingerly test each step. That's
Yeah,
totally fine.
like me.
Yeah, roll me a d20 at advantage.
Okay. Wait, straight up D20.
Yeah. You roll me 2 d20s and we take the higher one.
Oh, well,
there you
there we
go.
go.
You're
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's fine. You find a couple of weak points and easily walk around them, taking your time, and you get over here.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, where are my buttons?
Oh my gosh, this music.
We got this.
Dun dun dun.
Okay. Well, now that I have line of sight to all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to spread my arms and just cast Scorching Ray, one ray on each of them, just in all the directions.
Ooh, roll me that d20 for Wild Surge possibilities.
Okay. All right.
One
I'm
of
gonna
these
do it
days.
empowered as well, so I should
Yeah.
subtract the point for that. Bloop.
Make
Okay.
me
All right.
attack rolls. The first one against Tristell's monster.
Yes. Okay. So it is
This help.
2d6. Wait, make a ranged spell attack for each rate. So an attack for each. Okay. All right. So that's
12 is a
Uh,
miss. Whoosh. 13 is a hit. 6 is a miss. You will hit one of them.
Oh no. Okay,
and
that's fine.
You will do
Which one is that? It's one of these two at the bottom, right?
the 13. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Oh yeah. The middle one.
Okay.
I was just going clockwise. 1, 2, 3.
So let's see. That is 2d6. Well, I don't want to re-roll that. So.
That is great damage.
Yep.
You scorch that skeleton just as this first one reaches Kyra and finally gets to attack her, using the short sword to
Miss.
do nothing as it is turned aside by the shield. The other skeleton will step up and make an attack at disadvantage across the corner. Oh, 13 is also not going to do
Miss.
it, leaving us with a Kyra.
And my reaction goes off against the first one, and I slash for a 23.
Easy hit.
10 damage. Slashing.
Breaking
Nice.
bones. And now your turn, because that was your ready action, if I recall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm going to... What am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna slash against the one on the left. 25. What are my rolls?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
Another one bites the dust.
And then I'm going to
Skeleton
take...
is-
Then I'm going to take an action surge for yet another attack and slash against the one on the right.
Unstoppable.
destroy another skeleton. All
What the heck?
Estelle.
We just got deleted.
So I hear all these explosions happening, and like I hear the light effort, Khyra, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing over here with no one helping me? So I'm gonna do the old get out of here. Where do I want to go? I kind of want to be tricksy and like go down and just try and get as far away as I can.
Excellent. You run, and as you do so, the skeleton gets an attack of opportunity as you bolt. It will stab at thee. 18. You gonna leave it? You gonna take it?
I'll leave
you gonna
that.
Cutting words it?
I'll get a cutting words in for the damage roll.
Okay. Ooh, good, because it does a lot of damage. So you're gonna reduce that by... So you only take 4. Minimal
Not
damage.
the dress! Not the dress, you slimy! Ah!
You're definitely gonna need like an alligator skin dress or something to go with this, as the skeleton chases after you. But it cannot do the full move and make an attack, so it just like shambles after you. Its sword point in your direction, groaning slightly. Pearl.
I don't have line of sight for that one, right?
Yeah, no, but you could like leap across this area to this section of roof.
Pearl, Khyra, it's chasing me!
I'm a little bit worried about the structural integrity of this building. I feel like I've learned a thing or two about the buildings. So I'm not, I don't know if I should try to climb this all the way over there. Okay, here's a question. What's the elevation difference between these two rooftops? Is there one, or?
Yeah, so the lowest point here and the highest point here are fairly different, but the lowest point and the lowest point are the same. So, like, this right here has 0 elevation change.
Okay. Okay. Because there is a chimney there. That should mean that it's more stable around that point. That's like that's like
leap up to the what should be a stone reinforced section. I hear you.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. So, and I know that this part is safe because I ran across that pretty recklessly and everything was fine. So I think I want to make that jump and move over there. Or wait, move. Can I get line of sight from here? If I move across and run all the way here.
Yeah, you can get line of sight. You'll be above Tristel and looking down at it, so you'll see it. It'll have a little bit of cover against you, provided by Tristel, because her body is in the way a little bit. But you've got like a better angle than you normally would.
Mm-hmm.
And roll me 2 more d20s, please. It's fine. They're all fine. There's no bad rolls here. Yeah, it's totally acceptable.
Okay, neat. In that case, since it's behind this partial cover, I'm gonna do magic missile. Just hurl little newts at it.
Yeah, use those spell slots. Go ahead and roll me a d20. I like how many d20s you have to roll.
Oh, yeah.
It's bound to roll a 1 eventually.
I don't do that kind of thing. Rolling ones.
We're very patient here.
Excuse.
Okay, let's see. How many? The 3d4 plus 3?
Yeah, I think you're gonna destroy the 9 HP skeleton with that.
There we go.
Yeah. It evaporates and is blown to smithereens. And there are a few heartbeats of pause before you realize there are no more skeletons except for the ones that are hiding inside of you. And all is well again.
Alright, I'm gonna walk on over to Tristel and say, very, very good job, and give you a pat on the shoulder and tell you to roll a 1d8 plus 2.
I will accept the buff and cry while I'm doing so. I think this has been a rough fight. What am I rolling again? Sorry.
1d8 plus 2 for temp HP. Oof.
It's fine.
Neat.
It's a little doot.
Wow. These rolls today. All over the place.
Since I'm on the roof, I have a good line of sight to things. Does it look like the sun is about to set?
No, you still have hours before it sets.
Okay, good.
An hour or two.
All right. Are we ready to cross the bridge?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Is everyone okay?
I'm gonna make it.
All right, I'm gonna climb
Let's
down.
go. These things give me the creeps.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tristel, your dress again.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I know. Which one am I wearing? Let's take a look. See. The red gown. I know.
Oh, no.
Oh my. Well, we've got to find a way to spend that money somehow. So the party's essentially at the bridge. Are you going to cross and head to the tower?
Yeah.
I think cautiously, yeah. Let's see what we find along the way. And I'm guessing, Tristel, are you still doing ritual casts like all the time, or for
I didn't
magic?
during the fight. I'm gonna take a guess and say that those had necromancy magic on them. Super wild guess, but I didn't like call that out during the fight. But yes, I will recast it now that we're going towards the tower.
Excellent. Why don't we take our last break right here while I read up on these set pieces for later.
Neat. Okay.
Stones, the stones. It's the stones
Yes.
in the tower.
Are they? What type of stone is it? Is it quartz? Is it marble? Who knows? We'll find out on the other side of the break.
All right. See y'all in a bit. Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Embers of the Wilds. Our party crosses the bridge.
Did we? Are we? We're
And-
slowly crossing it. Kind of like
Yes.
scouting ahead and
Yes.
carefully making our way toward the tower.
Yeah. You get closer to the tower, and you can see that the scaffolding on the side of the tower is not OSHA compliant. It is more of like a makeshift ramp and a makeshift ramp, and then like a little platform on which things to stand. And these ramps are made out of some sort of like weird off-white colored substance. And you notice standing out in the street before the tower, you like walk through some curved areas, and then you've got like a long shot down a road, are some skeletons. But these ones are wielding long swords or arming swords instead of short swords. And you can also see that there's this like gentle light coming from their eye sockets. They have like a violet bioluminescence coating where their eyes would have been.
How far away is the skeleton?
Like 300 feet. I imagine you're sneaking and peering. You can spot 4 of these creatures, but they're sort of in such a way that they're partially in the road, but partially in the courtyard that would have been the courtyard of the tower, which looks like it's been cleared out a bit. You can see more rubble has been pushed to the other side of the road, and the actual road through town right here has been cleared of debris in it, so it's an easy path to walk. So there could be other ones just like behind any of the large numerous structures or in that courtyard. Can I get perception checks across the board, please? That's button 17, 9, 23. Well, Autumn. you'll notice that there's that scaffolding with the ramps that go up. And then at the top, there's definitely a skeleton up there who is moving stuff. Who's like lifting a stone, moving it, setting it down, and turning
Oh.
it down, and moving and setting it down. Not like building the walls, but just like moving stones from the scaffolding to some section of must be like flat terrain within the tower.
Skeleton
So I see this.
slaves.
Yeah, and let the group know. Oh my god, I think they're using the skeletons to, I don't know, build it, haul things.
If I was a
Interesting.
wizard, that's what I'd do.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you say, Pearl?
Who is doing this with the
I don't know.
skeletons?
Someone must be enchanting them. Should we take a closer look?
Is that the only skeleton that's close to the tower?
Well, there's the 4 at the base.
Oh, they're
or
at
in
the base.
street, and then there's
Okay.
the 1 that you can see in the tower.
Can they see us at this point?
They haven't reacted to you, but you'll notice the ones with that like violet bioluminescence in their eyes aren't just completely still motionless things. Their heads are turning slightly back and forth like they're scanning the area, and they seem to be reacting a little bit more strongly to noises. One of them keeps like looking back over in the direction of this old dead tree with like brambly arms coming out that sways in the wind every now and then.
I think they're keeping watch. I don't know of any reason why a skeleton would want to be, I don't know, hauling the materials for a tower. But again, I can't say I know much about the desires and wants of skeletons.
Could just call out and say, "Hey, wizard, you around?"
Are you gonna do that?
If we have no better plan.
Are we ready to confront the skeletons
Mashed.
in case they arrive or to start chasing us?
I think we're fine. We demolished the previous skeletons pretty alright.
These look scarier. They have glowy eyes. But maybe we're fine.
I think we could take them. Well, I think you and Kyra could take them.
How close together are these skeletons?
They all fit within a 20-foot circle. The ones on the ground, that is.
Wait, 10-foot radius or 20-foot diameter?
20-foot diameter, 10-foot radius.
Neat.
Same thing.
That's a very convenient circle there.
Is that okay?
Convenient for whom?
For me. Well, while they're close to each other, I can attack them, but that's gonna make them angry for sure.
Yeah, and maybe make the wizard angry too.
Yeah. I don't know if these skeletons are aggressive, but they look very dangerous, and we already fought skeletons.
We don't know for certain that if someone's controlling these, we don't know for certain that they're here.
Yeah, although we don't really have much time to wait for them.
Yeah.
Although I would hope that whoever's building this has dispatched whatever terrifying creature we heard. But we don't know that for certain, and I don't want to risk it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez.
I don't know what this person's up to, but I don't think it could be anything good.
I think it could be neutral. Building a tower, building a home for herself.
Yeah, what if it's the oldest citizens of Northridge trying to rebuild their town? Wouldn't I would do that if I liked my town and it was ruined and I had a chance to rebuild it after I've been dead for a while.
Do we notice anything about what they're wearing? Can we ascertain, like, where these skeletons came from? Are they wearing anything that would, like...
It's a great question. I've already had you roll perception checks. So, Autumn, you and Ashley both have a really good view of what's going on. Freya might be a bit of a fraidy cat to get a good poke out. Choosing a safer position with a poorer viewpoint. So you can see that the bones of these skeletons are picked clean. There's no like little bits of flesh clinging to them in any way, shape, or form. Their clothing is pretty much non-existent. The skeletons you fought earlier were just bone with some weapons.
Mm-hmm.
These ones here have like little bits of armor scraps on them. One of them's got like a rotted suit of leather armor hanging from it, but like no clothing. Another one has like a section of an old battered breastplate that's completely worthless, but like hanging over its front with some straps hanging to like a similar plate on the back. Another's got some like chainmail woven with some fabric to kind of patch it together. So old, decrepit, makeshift armor, essentially.
Okay. I turn to Kyra. You know, maybe that isn't such a bad idea to just call after anyone who could be controlling these. Maybe they'll want to talk?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm in that case. I'm gonna ready an action to cast Shatter in the middle of those skeletons if they go aggressive immediately, as in they start chasing us. Then I'm gonna cast Shatter immediately, right? If that is possible.
So when you ready an action, it can only be readied for, I think, for 6 seconds. So if you ready a spell, it must discharge after those 6 seconds or the spell slot is lost.
Oh.
I think, hold on, let me double check. I seem to recall reading that rule, but it's been a while since I've read the text.
Like cooking a grenade.
When you ready a spell, you cast it as normal. Hold its energy, which you release when your reaction when the trigger occurs. To be ready, the spell must have a casting time of 1 action, and holding onto the spell's magic requires concentration. If your concentration is broken, it dissipates without taking effect. Oh. Is there not? I thought there might be a turn on this, but maybe I'm mistaken. How long can this spell?
Seems a little unclear whether or not it consumes the spell slot.
You have until your next turn to use a readied action. So you can only ready it for 1 round, I believe.
And if it doesn't trigger during that time, do I lose the spell slot?
Yes, because you're essentially casting the spell and holding the last syllable of it or whatever.
Right. Okay.
Holding it in a pattern, but you can only hold it for 6 seconds.
See.
Well, if they're going to run towards us, they're not going to spread out anyway. So I'm not going to ready a Shatter. I'm just going to cast it in case we start rolling into initiative.
Great. So someone's shouting out, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can shout out.
Hey, what words do you shout into the ether?
Hey, you wizards. We're curious about what you're doing. We want to talk.
Immediately, the 4 heads snap in your direction. But they don't move. And a moment later, Stuka steps out from that courtyard in front of you. Now, shades their eye against the setting sun,
Stuka?
Hello!
Stuka?
Hello!
How's your skull business going?
Pearl, I kind of like slap her.
Ow!
Is that the Tabaxi, the cat creature? Please, come, I can't see you. Where are you?
Okay, your skeletons are looking a little threatening here. I'm not comfortable around these.
Gentlemen, please, stand down. He makes a motion at the direction of the skeletons, and their weapons lower.
I presume these are your family members then? Because you came here to look for your family in the graveyard?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear. Stuka.
Would you step out so I can see you?
We'll step out.
Yeah.
We'll step out.
Ah, my traveler friends. Thank you for the information on the location of the graveyard. You were quite right.
Oh goodness.
So
Okay.
So,
It's fine. It's fine.
what are you
Fine.
doing
What?
here?
what? Yeah, what? It's a mighty fine tower. Have you been building this?
I thought it could be repaired. Tall watchtower in a ruined town like this is a very useful thing to have.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
What brings you to Northridge, friends?
We saw that the tower was being built, and we wanted to figure out what's going on. And guess it's our friend.
Stuka waves you towards him because you're kind of far away while you were watching, and you're shouting down the street and back and forth at each other. It's kind of an awkward range. Would you come a little closer so I don't have to yell?
Yeah,
Stuka
yeah.
calls.
I'll approach.
What about the other two of you?
I will. Okay, how far away are we from the tower?
You're like 300 feet right now, but conversational range is 10, 15, 20 feet.
Okay, I mean, I would follow behind Kara reluctantly.
Yeah, likewise.
Okay, Kyra, you walk to conversational range.
Yeah. I trust Stuka.
You get real close. Stuka examines the three of you as you approach and says, "Ah, thank you. It's much better. I don't have to shout as much."
Shouting is bad for the throat. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop like 20 feet behind Kara, so I'm further away. With my arms crossed.
Yes. Stuka will look past Kyra's head and observe you for a moment there, Pearl.
I will observe back.
Well, welcome to Northridge. Seems that I'm the only soul here. So I think I can make claim to the whole of the town.
Yeah,
That's how that
sounds
works?
reasonable. Yeah. I'm curious, have you encountered that screaming creature in the night?
What a lovely singing voice she has when you calm her down.
Holmér, you were able to. Please share more if you're so inclined.
Triana is her name, was her name before the war. She's quite the conversationalist. Still here with us enough to dialogue. When prompted, of course.
Don't they attack you?
Stuka motions to one of the creatures, like beckons it forward. and sword at its side, point down. It will walk up, and he'll place a hand on the skeleton's shoulder and say, "My children would never fight me. They understand who feeds them, so to speak. Of course, they don't eat." He puts the hand in the middle of the creature's chest where there would be a stomach and rattles around to show to you that there's no way it could consume food.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, okay.
Is there something I can do for the three of you?
I mostly just want to know your intentions, because I have a vested interest in the security of the surrounding region. Do you...
Now?
Yeah.
Is your home near to here?
We pass through this region quite often with trade.
I see.
Do you plan on staying in Northridge, expanding? How can we expect to encounter you in the future?
Oh, I'm sort of on a quest of my own choosing, if that makes sense. I'm looking for something out here. I don't know where I'll find it. Northridge is just a good place to stop, visit with my old family, have conversations that I never got to have. Before moving on, find these things that fascinate me.
Do you mind sharing what you're looking for?
Ooh.
Perhaps we can keep an eye out as well.
Yeah.
He eyes Pearl one more time. I'm looking for unusual things in unusual places. Things that aren't as they ought to be. Things that...
Well, take a good look at yourself then. This is really weird.
Pearl.
Everything here is
Pearl.
really weird. And I point at the skeletons, and everything that happened back there is very weird. I'm creeped out by this.
Edward, please wave to the creature. And Edward will raise his sword hand and then wave it back and forth.
They're not doing that willingly. You're doing that, aren't you?
Do you willingly blink when the wind blows in your face, or is that an automatic reflex?
Well, I don't wave when the wind blows in my face. So there.
I think you're a little upset.
Pearl,
What
drop
has
it.
bothered you
I'm
so?
uncomfortable with all of this.
With what, my dear?
And, I don't know, maybe the walking skeletons all over that keep attacking us whenever we walk through town.
Did you come into some conflict?
Yes.
You seem to be fine.
Well, we're not all fine, and I point toward Tristel's dress.
Oh dear, your dress has been torn.
Yes, I should be able to repair it.
No, here,
I suppose
let
it was
me,
some of your...
he says.
Oh.
And he reaches into a pocket, holds something in his hand, and closes the 20 feet towards you, and holds out his hand to you, as if he's going to put something in it.
I hold my hand out, kind of grimace a little and open it.
He drops 5 silver coins into your hands. I think that should cover the damages.
Thank you. Very confused. Put it in my coin purse. That's so kind.
I'm sorry if you ran into some conflict. You see, my children are supposed to keep away those who would be problematic, those who might venture somewhere they could hurt themselves. The 3 of you seem quite capable, though.
Okay.
I guess.
Do you need a place to stay for the night?
No.
Point the west. The sun is getting low. There's maybe only a half hour, 45 minutes of daylight left. Don't know if you can get anywhere within that span of time. Please, we've turned the old basement of this tower into a guest house of sorts.
I will
Would you like to
take
stay
a
the night?
large bow and start interrupting him and say, like, thank you for your hospitality. We will be going now. Goodbye. And just, like,
Are
start
you
walking off.
certain?
Yes. We should be going. We have business to attend to. We were on an important trading mission. We must continue on.
Well, if you have to go,
Yes.
then so be it. But before you do, he calls out, I know you guys are leaving, but he calls out, but before you get too far, would you remind me of your names?
Yeah, I'll shout out Kyra and whatnot.
And the other two?
I'm
Ella. I call out Ella.
Ella, Kyra, and the one with the pretty skull?
Why do you want to know my name?
Just being polite, offering hospitality, and names. You know I'm Stuka.
I want to give Pearl like a glance, like eyeballs, like.
I don't. I'm uncomfortable with all of this. You want my skull?
Honesty?
That seems
I'll,
really
I'll,
weird.
I'll turn back. I'll turn back. Her name is Charity. She's such a lovely, lovely individual. We'll be on our way now.
Kyra, Ella, and Charity. I hope to see you soon.
Yes. And I stop off.
By the way, he calls as you're retreating to the distance, you should leave the same way you came in. It wouldn't do to run into more of the kids.
Thank you. Yeah. I'll head in the direction of the bridge.
Goodbye.
Get the heck out of here before sun sets.
Yeah.
I don't want to give a scary necromancer my name ever. Ever. I don't know what he can do with that. I don't know.
You race
Yeah, I
the
don't
sun out of town, making it outside the ruins before it sets with a huff and a puff. You run into no more skeletons or monsters along the way. And as it sets, you find yourself a quarter mile from town. Maybe a quarter mile too close.
Yeah. We can walk a bit during night, I think.
The one of us should stay watch, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or
I assume
rotate,
that we've
stay watch.
generally been keeping watch at night.
Yeah.
As you find a place to make camp, you puff and puff until you find a little bit of shelter from the wind, and begin to settle down and make things cozy and eat the rations that you brought with you. You give me a perception check, actually.
Who? All of us?
All of you, yeah. It's very slight perception. Well, 14's good enough. Ashley, you will notice as you're making camp in like a dry little ravine-y area so that the wind won't blow into you. Coming up the ravine the same way that you came, there's like this soft red glow. It's really faint. You almost didn't notice it. Like it's that you do a double take and then you look for a moment and you're like, wait a minute, I think there's a bit of like red glow over there.
Well, I recall the fact that the skeleton's eyes were purple, and I'm going to say, alright, let's keep walking away from Northridge, trek through the night. This is not a place that I want to rest.
No.
It's difficult to travel through the plains at night. dark. There's little gopher holes all over the place. You could easily trip and break an ankle.
We could easily get stabbed by a skeleton in the night.
Does our night vision help with any of this?
Yours, yes, the two of you that have night vision actually it helps quite a bit. Kyra might break an ankle.
I mean, we do have torches, right? So if we want to, we could
I don't want to
light
light a torch.
Okay.
I don't think that'll make us really easy to follow.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Let's see, we are at a half moon right now, so the illumination is decent but not great. As you walk away from Northridge, heading ever west, you notice that red thing sort of vanishes and then appears again and then vanishes. There's no shape to it, just sort of like a dim red glow that seems to be dogging your heels.
All right. Yeah, keep going until sunrise.
Sure. You walk until sunrise. You come across the river, finally, maybe half an hour after dawn breaks, and can easily cross in the one fording point. You're hungry, you're tired, but you know home is only 10 miles from you. It's another, 4 hours of walking, and you can do it. You can make it back to Trog Canyon in the very late morning or the early afternoon. No sign of being followed, no sign of anything. Only the tracks of the llamas from the herders before you, leading you all the way back to your happy, cozy home. But when you arrive back in Trog Canyon on the 22nd of September, the atmosphere is immediately solemn. You'll notice that everyone is seemingly dressed in black, and a funeral procession, is carrying a body on a pall out towards the graveyard.
No.
Is it the person that, or the people that passed away in the earthquake, or?
You can go and ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I'll just ask whoever's nearby watching. Who is this for?
Those people were buried right away, right after things went down, because bodies rot and decay. This here is... I want to get their names right. This is Eva. Eva, the innkeeper.
Oh no, not Eva.
She was old. She was 75. And it's a hard life out here. And one morning, Greta woke up, rolled over to find Eva still and cold.
That's so sad.
Oh no.
That is so sad.
Mourning the loss of one of these elders here who's managed the only inn in town. You arrive just in time to catch the funeral procession as everyone heads over towards the graveyard. Annabelle says some words. Mayor Barnaby says a few. And even though you are caught by surprise and not dressed for the occasion and not appropriately in the headspace for the occasion, Greta will turn to Tristel and say, Tristel, you've known the two of us for some time now. You're the closest thing we have to family at this point. Is there anything you'd like to say? Immediately putting you on the spot.
Oh, sure. Oh, Eva meant so much to me, and so I stand in front of everyone and just so happen to pop out my lyre, and I start playing a very, low, solemn kind of song just to, the backdrop of me speaking. She was always kind. She was always inviting. She exemplified all of the traits that one would wanting an innkeeper, but more than that, she was a friend. Take the moment.
Greta thanks you for your kind words. Diva's buried. Greta stays with Annabelle for a little while longer while the rest of the town heads back to the canyon. In your absence, aside from the few people who died in the earthquake and the destruction of the buildings, and aside from Eva's death, everything else in the town is fine. The bridges are working, the walkways are being repaired, draconians haven't been seen, no monsters, and you've come back with weapons!
Oh yeah, we brought things.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
500 gold.
Gold?
We did bring a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, what did we bring? Gold, bows, armor for the alligator stuff.
Yes.
Was that it? I think that was it. And arrows, because you traded some of them for arrows, right? Kyra?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm lost in thought.
You did trade for arrows, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you can bring back the weapons and the gator armors and all the things. Tristel, you can make your way back to your inn room. It's quiet and empty when you arrive, but the door is left unlocked. Pearl, you can head back and find Lydia. Actually, just a note from Lydia telling you to remember to feed
Obsidian? Sid?
Sid, thank you.
And what was the other one? What did we name the other
Oh
one?
yeah.
Nancy?
I forget.
Oh, she named it something, and we were like, no, this one, and she's like, it's Nancy or something odd.
I think she called it Nancy. I'm like
Okay.
75% certain on that one.
Does a note say anything about where Lydia went, or
No,
no? Okay. Yeah. I'll
pretty sure.
we'll just feed the cats.
Gotta be Nancy. It's fine. Doesn't matter right now. It's only a cat's name. How important could it be?
Hey.
Oh, okay. It is definitely Nancy. Perfect. Yeah. You all get back to town. You can rest if you need to. You can tell Mayor Barnaby about the plans, and he's overjoyed that you have found a way to get off this, to sell this iron, and at the huge amount of money that you can sell it for, he's 100% in. As much iron as you can ship out to Ella and turn into gold, that'd be great. And then he wants to see Tristel, because with all this new money coming in, we could buy things from out of town. Like we can, what does Fairport have? We could get all sorts of stuff from Fairport. We could, we could send all this gold. Look, we could get to Ella. We could trade the iron for gold. Then we could take the gold to Fairport, load up a ship full of stuff, and sail it up the river all the way here to Trog Canyon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds
Sure.
great. Yeah. You seem more excited this time
What?
around.
What sort of things do we need?
Oh, that's a great question, he says, and kicks his feet up on a table. I've always wanted a whole bunch of things for this town. We could use a better baking kiln. Right now we just got the one, and bread is pretty much the thing that we make, and apple pies, but if we had a second baking kiln, we could get two things. What about, there could be mosaics. You kids are too young to remember the tile mosaics of Northridge back in the day, but they're beautiful. We could bring in all sorts of tiles and craftsmen. We could decorate the big walkways with big, beautiful pictures of the things that go on in this town. Like mining murals.
Yes.
Yeah.
What else could we get? And he sort of brainstorms for a while of all the accoutrements that you could add, and all the little flares you could add to the town. It all seems pretty superficial and making things look nicer, and not. He doesn't have any practical things that he wants.
think that's okay.
That's kind of where he'll leave it, as well as soliciting your opinions.
Yeah.
So, Barnaby, what do you think about potentially having people move into Trog Canyon from Khyperia at some point? Because we kind of, wouldn't it be nice to have more than one carpenter? Because they're kind of busy all the time.
Wasn't Barnaby the one that originally suggested this to us? I think he's on board with it.
Oh, maybe,
I think I
actually.
suggested this to you last week, actually.
But I forgot about it, so...
Well...
But now it's my idea. That feels better.
I understand that feeling. There's many times someone has brought an idea to my ear that I didn't enjoy until I had this same idea the next morning. It seems much better. Yes, I get that. People from Khyperia seems great, and I get that there have been some disturbing things happening after a good 20 years peace. But if we're being found, if we're being open to the world, it's only a matter of time before the world finds us. It's better to get the things we need while the getting's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Although
Carpenters from Khyperia, merchants from Fairport.
there's a
Who
lot
knows
of
what?
there's a lot of disease though over there in Khyperia.
Yeah, I was going to ask a meta question. What is the knowledge level of disease in D&D?
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe we don't know what disease is.
Germ theory does not exist, but you're aware that illnesses can pass from one person to another.
Right.
That's pretty easy to pick up on.
Right.
Don't let the plague victims walk through your town.
Yeah. Can have some vetting process or quarantine or whatever.
Yeah, I think we need to make sure that they're at least not spreading anything to us.
You know, Annabelle would be the right person to talk to about that. She's a cleric of Martha. She can cure wounds. She might be able to cure diseases too. In fact, we haven't had any serious illnesses in Trog Canyon since I can ever remember. It's probably Mother Annabelle keeping us safe from these things. She might be able to prevent such things from being problematic.
Yeah, we should talk to her about it. I guess we just need to be careful not to bring the disease here, because I think that might be, we don't want to have an outbreak here.
I quite agree. Good thinking, Pearl.
Thank you.
Good thinking.
And I'm feeling secretly proud.
As for the matter of Eva, it's a grave, dark day. She lived a good long life. 75 years is a long time in the world. I worry about Greta, though. About her lifelong companion. Can get a mite bit lonely, especially without any grandchildren or children or company. Tristel, will you keep an eye on Greta and make sure she does okay? It's a favor to me.
Oh, absolutely, and it's no favor at all. This has been weighing heavily on my mind as well. I am happy to take it upon my own to check in on her. After all, it's because of her I have a place to live.
Right. Well, thank you all. Is there anything else you need from me?
We should probably talk about Northridge. And I look toward the rest of the party.
Yeah.
The ruins? What about them?
Oh boy.
Someone seems to have moved in there. And they are, I don't know how to describe this, but they are controlling skeletons. And
Excuse me?
there's this person that's moved into the tower, and they are controlling the skeletons in Northridge. I don't know.
Controlling the skeletons, like...
Commanding them. It's like they listen to what he says.
Does Tristelle know what a necromancer is?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna offer that information. I'll be frank. It's apparent this man is a necromancer of some sort. We came across this individual in our travels and thought the best of him. He seemed to be looking for a graveyard to pay respects to his family, and lo and behold, we come back to Northridge, and he has not only paid a visit to this alleged family of his, but raised them from the ground, and seems to have enlisted them as builders to
Build a
make
tower?
Northridge his home, as Pearl stated.
You know, during the war, there was talk about necromancy as a form of enlistment. The wise men at Pheromonium decided against it. I think that was the right call. Necromancers are a blight. Everywhere they go, they turn life into dust and dirt. I remember having a conversation with the sheriff of Northridge one time. He mentioned that necromancers pull their magic from the very essence of life. That is, for each person, each creature they raise from the ground, they need to drain that life from another. The only way they fuel their magics is by killing and stealing the life force of people, turning them into the abominations that serve them. This is not something that we can abide.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. That's horrible.
Is there any way you could shoo it out? Make it leave town?
He seems pretty powerful. I can talk to the Draconians to see if they are similarly concerned.
Get both sides to fight each other,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Or fight
Doesn't
on our
that leave
side,
us stuck in the
rather.
middle, though?
No. The Draconians would fight with us against this necromancer.
Spicy.
Because, you know, they live in the west part of town, right? And
But doesn't that put our town between their base and the necromancer's base? Doesn't that put us spot in between? Does the necromancer know where we are?
they might.
He doesn't.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Well, he might or he doesn't. It's a
I
huge
don't
deal.
know if there's some
We
weird
gave him no
spooky
such
magic.
information.
We didn't tell him where we came from or where we went, but who knows? Maybe there's an animated skeleton of a fly that's looking at us right now. I don't know. There's weird magic going on there. I have no idea what they know or don't know.
Okay.
But they seem
Well,
dangerous, I think. They're strange. We did have a conversation with Stuka, but
who's Stuka?
Stuka is the necromancer.
You talked with him.
Yes, we did.
He seems quite insane.
Didn't outright
Draw
attack
life
us, at
from
least.
other people and use it to fuel your... Wait, he didn't attack you?
I don't think so, no.
No.
I mean, there's no telling that. He offered us to stay in his quote-unquote inn. He may have sucked the life out of us then, but we got out before that happened.
Pearl, can I see your hand, please?
Sure? Can I reach out with my hand?
He reaches out and grasps your hand and, like, breathes a sigh of relief because, oh, you're still warm.
What?
Oh, thank God. And releases you. For a moment, I thought maybe you were...
We're what?
I offer my hands forward. Touch them, touch them. Do I feel okay?
He holds them and nods. You're fine, too. I was worried that maybe you had been
Cold?
turned into one of his own.
Oh. No. No, why or yeah, no. I think I'm myself. I'm fine.
I'm like, hey, if we really were undead, would we tell you that we met with him? Come on.
That's a good point. That's a good point, but you know. Okay. Well, should we be checking people coming into town to make sure they haven't been turned into zombies?
I think it's probably pretty apparent if someone is a zombie. The skeletons that we encountered were pretty dumb.
Oh, okay.
What do you
I don't
think
know anything about these things. Sorry.
What do you think we should do though? It seems like Stuka's easy to talk to, at least. Doesn't seem to be overly aggressive.
I think we should just hope for it to blow over.
Just leave Stuka to build his army of dead people,
Yeah.
We
fine.
we don't know that that's happening.
I guess. But he seemed awfully interested in my skull, and that makes me uncomfortable.
I'd say Northridge is on our way, you know. We, especially now that we've set up trade with Kaela, maybe it's not unreasonable that we just keep an eye on it and make a stop anytime we're in the area.
We should probably keep an eye on Stuka, at least so we know what's happening.
It's an empty city full of ruins. I don't know that it's any danger at the moment.
I guess it's better a necromancer over there than here.
Yeah, I mean, every day that the necromancer resides there is another day that they have an opportunity to raise more skeletons. Unlike you or I or someone here who does not grow with power each and every day, a necromancer can quickly overrun an entire region. I mean, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Who knows something about this? I'm spiraling here. Tristel, do you know anyone that knows anything about this? You're from far off exotic lands, up to 50 miles away. But
I don't know of anyone that could have knowledge of this. The only individual that comes to mind is one we haven't even met, or we're not even certain he exists. There's rumors of the magician, the court magician from Ipsum.
Maven.
well, that might be worth looking into. I'm no warrior. Look, I just said we should have a government, and now I'm in charge. I'm not equipped to deal with these sorts of things. Do we have to worry about... Oh, I don't even know what we have to worry about.
I think maybe we can take this information and maybe rest on it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
After all, there's not much we can do in this exact moment.
And we
Okay.
need sleep.
Right. You look exhausted. So sleep, but don't sleep too deeply. Don't die in your sleep. And I'll come up with a plan. That's what I'll do. I'll come up with a plan.
Sounds good.
Where's that mulled wine? And he searches his office for a stiff drink, while the three of you.
I'm gonna go to the inn. Or do we want to convene? Do we want to talk about this?
Yeah, I think we'll talk about it next week, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Next week it is then. So that will wrap us up for Embers of the Wilds today.
Nice.
good job on surviving all these things, but there's really even any danger. The
It's
skeleton
fine.
is weak.
Yeah.
Should we do
Still
XP or is it too late?
The XP
probably?
after
Or-
long rests.
Right, that's true.
So,
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Neat.
So that's it then.
Yeah. What a
Right.
what a session.
Okay.
What a session.
This is fine. Necromancer
It's
seems
fine. Right? Like, just because there's an undead necromancer with a few skeletons under their control
Exactly.
doesn't mean that there's any danger,
Yeah, and they could be a good aligned necromancer, right?
right? It's his family members. That can't
Does
be
that
bad.
exist?
Rebuilding the town. You know, that's what we've been doing. It's kind of relatable, you know?
Yeah. That seems like a fair thing. It's probably
Yeah.
fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Hmm.
Cool. Well then, we will get next XP next week if
Yes.
we get a successful long rest. And I do believe we'll just be back here next week on the 28th.
I believe
Right.
so.
Right?
Yeah, let me just double check.
I'm not
my phone.
available next weekend, the holidays.
Right.
Be-
That makes
Oh.
perfect
Traveling.
sense. Awesome. Why would we? Who would be available?
Oh yeah, because it's
Um,
like
It's
Thanksgiving.
It's
shenanigans.
Thanksgiving, right? So we will be back the week after that.
Hold on, I'm switching my calendar from in-game timeline to IRL timeline. Hold on, where are we today?
Today's the
First.
21st.
28th
Right.
is cancelled, and 5th is good for me.
5th is good.
Yeah, that looks good.
Great. Probably the last 2 weeks in December are also going to get canceled. The 19th and the 26th. I'm just
Seems likely.
guessing it is, Christmas and New Year's.
Mhm.
That seems fair. So we'll be back on the 5th, and then hopefully the 12th, and then New Year.
Okay.
Only 2 more sessions until the new year. It's way too fast.
Wow.
It still feels like April. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, goodness.
I agree.
All right.
Longest year of my life.
Neil, have you played Outer Wilds?
I did. I went to this weird, scraggly thing that went off in all directions while I was trying to explain the game to my brother and show it to him. And we walked around inside of it, and I lost my orientation and couldn't find my way out and suffocated to death.
Was it the one that was like a shell with a
No,
a
it's
black hole in the middle?
Like a rambling mass of
Ooh.
things with like a gray section in the middle with the anglerfish going through it.
Yeah. Dark bramble.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Neat. That's
Wait.
the most confusing
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lack of direction at a certain point, and I don't know if I'm going back in and out of the same thing, or if I'm just like running into walls, or it was
It's
sufficiently
spooky in there.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's very much an intentional labyrinth where you're kind of, if you go in with zero information, you're not supposed to find anything.
Right. Yeah.
You're just
But I
supposed
did
to
notice
find death.
from one of the brambly arms, I did get like 4 or 5 people to almost perfectly line up to like harmonize their various songs together.
Oh,
So
nice.
I think that's there must be a position and a time from which you could get all of the voices to line up together. Because I noticed there's also a mechanic to skip time. If you talk to the guy at the campfire that you start, there's like a close your eyes and then the time moves more quickly. So there's definitely some sort of orbital mechanic timing attack to make to line everything up from the right spot, and I just have to figure it out.
Nice.
That's where I am.
You just have to figure it out.
You just have to figure it out in the game. That's
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That's it.
Love it. Love it.
all right. Anything you want to shout out or anything before we head off?
No, nothing from
Nope.
me.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, thanks everyone for today's session.
Uh-huh.
And I will see y'all in 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 weeks. Yes.
Bye.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.